like that note particular. Fam, how you doing this evening, Friday? Do you realize this time next week we'll be asking what's going to be the score? Who you got for your MVP already in game one against the Chicago Bears? Oh, we've been waiting so long. Here's a question tonight, though, fam. Steve Young's been talking, and he's been talking for a long time anyway. But quarterback controversy possible in San Francisco? No, and no, and no. God. At some point, everybody, whether you're the Jimmy camp, the Trey camp, or whatever camp you're in, you're going to realize the luxury of, I don't think there's another team in the league that has two starting quarterbacks. No matter what your feeling is about Jimmy G, you don't want to call him a starting quarterback, it's fine. But we've done a lot of great things with Jimmy, so I'm qualifying when calling him. We have two starting quarterbacks. If one falls, in particular quarterback one, goes down, look who's coming in. So, you know, if we're winning, we continue to win. And this is something Kyle has probably wanted for a long time, to have two quarterbacks that if one goes down, he can because put it this way, fam. If the 49ers somehow have a bad season, honestly, you're going to force Jed to have to make a decision. And being the businessman that he is, Kyle and Trey, John don't want that. You know, because they know they have no choice but to do whatever they do. Anyway, Niners Hall of Fame quarterback and the last thing to call to hold up a Lombardi trophy, Steve Young, has been in full promotional mode since last was drafted last year, as you know. Young spoke today on the suddenly new development regarding the quarterback room the Niners now own. And tonight, taking your calls after going over some of Steve's rhetoric from earlier today regarding the Niners' duo of starting QBs and compare your take on the matter as well. This is fun stuff. I'm glad what it is, actually, but it's fun in the meantime. Anyway, John Lynch has finally been, oh, by the way, John Lynch has finally, because you know what, there's a point in time when I thought, did I misunderstand? Was I asleep? Was I dreaming this all up? What? WTF, John? You said what? John Lynch has finally been called out about those trades regarding JG earlier during the offseason. In March, Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio reported that the San Francisco 49ers were telling teams inquiring about trading for Jimmy Garoppolo that they already had an offer on the table. Florio wrote, as we hear it, 49ers GM John Lynch is telling interested teams that he has had an offer in hand of 2 second-round picks for Garoppolo. I definitely heard that. I heard it. A player the team acquired in 2017 for 1 second-round pick. I heard it. More than 5 months later, during his regular KNBR interview, John Lynch, the general manager, and one we've trusted and believed in, and his integrity has been impeccable. We never believe for one moment John Lynch would manufacture and create tales. But we do know that he could sometimes bob and weave around the truth by a certain use of vernacular that you can't really figure out what he's talking about. You do sort of make your own assumptions, and then he can come back and do what he might be doing right now. John. Lynch was asked about that rumor. Lynch said on the Murph and Max show before he was actually laughing. So you know John, come on, man. John, you busted, man. Just admit it. John's quote said, I never said that. It reminds me of, what's that politician. You know how CNN captures frames from when somebody said something and then whatever time later, the person is going to start to deny it and they run the tape back and they show the guy saying exactly what they said that he says he didn't say. That's what they can do to John Lynch. John, you better be glad CNN's not covering this. Lynch said, I never said that. We were in a bunch of talks with teams, and it was right about when we were at the Combine, those talks were heating up. So conceptually, we had talked about a number of different things, and we were kind of looking and saying, okay, where is the best offer? But then Jimmy and Dr. Anil Atrachi and everybody made the decision that he needed something that we thought was going to just be a rest and rehab. We reevaluated, and they said the rest and rehab's not working. we're going to go ahead and have surgery. And that happened while we were at the combine, and we're going to do it tomorrow. It was like, Mike, it was like, whoa. It was my duty at that point to call those teams and go, hold on, there's a little twist. And then they all said, obviously, we're going to have to sit back and let this thing clear and see where it goes. That's the whole story, unquote. I just want to let you know what's been. You know what? I've got no further opinion on this. But John, please, John, please stop coming sideways. You know, because you. Anyway, fam, let me get right into this because I can't wait to hear from you. Steve Young has his opinions about the subtly new dynamic regarding the quarterback situation going on in San Francisco, as we all do. Steve let it all be revealed in a 20-minute phone interview on the Niners quarterback dynamic. Steve is quoted saying, "I've got my fingers crossed. This is great. This is hairy stuff." You get the idea that Steve's enjoying this whole thing, right? Because he's been there, done that. It's been 30 years since Young and Montana quarterback controversies were raging. Steve competed against and eventually succeeded Joe Montana amid the 49ers Super Bowl winning dynasty. He sees the parallels, saying, quote, "Sure, of course, from those Joe versus Steve days to this past week's Trey and Jimmy evolution, shocked that Jimmy Garoppolo could not find a starting job elsewhere. Young says the 49ers now own a perfect scenario in welcoming Garoppolo back at a reduced salary to back up Lance. Last year's number 3 overall draft pick, who's entering his first full season as Niners starting QB. Young was quoted saying in an exclusive interview, "If Jimmy is a problem, it kind of speaks to the ability to do the job. He doesn't seem like it's bugging him. And I would say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because it does. If it does, we have a problem." Unquote. Now, I think most people will agree with that. If it's going to bother him, the question would be why. Steve Young has been, and there's many answers for that, I know, but I'm just saying quarterbacks are supposed to carry themselves in a very confident fashion. You know, you don't think anybody's better than you. You should never think that way. As a quarterback, oh, no. That's self-destructive right there. Steve Young has been one of Trey's biggest and most famous supporters. He hasn't approached Lance with any advice on Garoppolo's sudden return to the Niners quarterback room. But Stephen T. Lance knows he's an absolutely willing mentor and has already told Trey, "Hey, holler at your boy." You know, because if anything goes wrong, I think Steve will jump right in there. But I'll address this in a minute. T. Lance said Thursday he sees Garoppolo as a resource too. As fans, we really do need to stop trying to fight about this sudden situation, fam. It's getting really ridiculous. And Niner, you love to hate. That's why I addressed you the way I did on Twitter. Man, I don't understand what is with the incredible hostility. Trey is quarterback 1, and we can't let up off the anger long enough. Jimmy can't even sit down on the furniture. Come on now, is that real? That you got to get that mad? So that's what I'm saying. And a lot of people doing that. I'm trying to say, what is it? We got a good backup in case we're moving and something happens. Why is there so much hostility? I just don't get it. Anyway, let me continue. Young fiercely spoke on several matters this afternoon. The Jimmy Garoppolo segment. Garoppolo prolonged the 49ers tenure by taking a pay cut and agreed to return as Lance's backup, but only after months of speculation, as you know, amid a wild market and discussions with other teams. Garoppolo opted not to ask for his release, and he's slated to hit free agency next year for the first time after 9 seasons. Young about that said this quote, with his record and with how crazy the market is for quarterbacks, I've got to believe Jimmy's thinking that that's not a good place to be. The only market I can find is as a backup, ? That's not the news I wanted to find out in the offseason. Steve continued saying, quote, I take Kyle Shanahan at his word. He loves Jimmy as a backup, and that's a true statement. And it only makes sense. He loves Jimmy as a backup. If I was Jimmy, clearly there's 2 jobs in the NFL as a quarterback, processing and delivering. They're both necessary elements. He can do that. Sometimes something's not right. He just had a referendum on him. Something either perceptually or really is not resonating. If I'm Jimmy, I take the opportunity to change whatever narratives teams have, words, whispers, scouts, whatever. right now it's not good because no one wants him to start for them. If I'm him, I can keep playing the same music and thinking I'm getting a starting job somewhere. This is a period of time he can start changing the narrative, whether it's first guy in, last guy out, memorization, owning, the data processing, whatever's out there that's keeping him from getting a starting job, he needs to change. Right? Pure and simple, plain and simple. There's some other things that probably enter into it as well, as far as working for Kyle Shanahan. Does that make you a better quarterback? And in most cases, that does for most people Kyle's worked with, except with the exception of maybe 2 or 3, including Cleveland Browns. Let me not get into him. Anyway, he goes on to say he can do that from a backup role by showing his diligence, showing I'm the hardest working guy. I'm in the film room. I've never owned more data in my life. I'm memorizing. Coaches would talk. Jimmy's really different. If I'm Jimmy, I got punched in the face. I'm 34-14, been to the Super Bowl and 2 NFC Championship games, and was just told by the league, now people say the timing, the shoulder, this is the quarterback world. And if you're a starting quarterback, you would have found a job. So you've got to do something to change the narrative, and maybe somebody gets hurt, and then there's a market. Also, Steve, you might add $25 million to be unsure about a guy that's coming out knowing nothing about your offense, having got a playbook handed to him, you don't know how his shoulder's going to be and everything. Some of those things enter into the narrative, too, just to be fair. But for Trey, the job is going to be a job. Lance inherits a playoff contender, and there's no mistake about that. There's no we can wait for you to develop or anything like that. He comes into a pressure cooker. So it's going to be up to him and Kyle Shanahan particularly to get this done. He takes on a starting role that Garoppolo went 35-16 and since December of 2017, including a 4-2 playoff mark. Young goes on to say the job that Trey's being asked to do on a Super Bowl-ready team without having really ever played much, even in college, the job they're asking him to do is pretty amazing, right? And we're all expecting him to do it. That's a really, really hard job. All the hurdles he's got to go over and all the filters he's got to go through, we're going to be eyewitnesses to it all. Having Jimmy there or not doesn't change the degree of difficulty. The only thing that would change it is if Trey allowed it to be. In the end, the job that Trey's asked to do, he'll get booed just as fast. He'll be criticized just as fast. It doesn't matter. That's what I would tell Trey. It doesn't matter. The job's a job. You've got to do it. If you don't do it, you have to pay the price. See, that's the thing. That's resilience that it's going to. Trey's got to develop a callus quickly, because as we do in 49erville, we scrutinize each and every pass. We look at everything that goes wrong. The passes that are out there that are done well, we take those for granted. That's what he's supposed to do. He's paid X amount of dollars. He's either paid this or he's either drafted there. He's supposed to be doing a better job. That's all people look at. When really, none of that means a damn thing when you get the best of the best out there. And that's what you're playing. 49ers, just like every other football team in the league, they got the best players that are available to play this game. Anything can go wrong out there. A lot of things can go right. That's just the way it is. Goes on to say, in some ways, Jimmy being there holds your own feet to the fire that can be productive. It depends how he takes it in. It seems that he takes in productivity, and it can be thought of the positive. And that's true. See, because if I'm Trey Lance, you do have to be tough mentally, because no matter what anybody thinks, Jimmy has just already had some accomplishments. Whether he was fully responsible for them or not means not a damn thing to Trey. All he knows is I got to make those same things happen because I'm in the same situation with actually somewhat decide, other than the offensive line, he may have better talent this year than last year. Understanding the job after sitting behind Montana most of the first 4 seasons of the 49ers, Young started 10 games in 1991, won NFL MVP honors the next season, and then repeated his MVP in 1994 en route to the Niners' 5th Lombardi. Young, despite the rigor, he goes on to say, I didn't ever doubt what needed to get done. And that way, it keeps you focused. You can try to convince yourself the job is not as much as it really is, and that's a mistake. Trey can't do enough. If he takes the team to the Super Bowl and loses, oh well. If Jimmy has a problem, it kind of speaks to the ability to do the job. He doesn't really It doesn't seem like it's bugging him. And I wouldn't say hallelujah, but because if it does, we have a problem. He says, I'm not gleaning through and seeing someone, oh, crap, now how do I deal with this in the locker room? The truth is that Trey's job in the locker room is not that different. Agree on that. If there are guys that like Jimmy, and guys will moan if Trey struggles, whether Jimmy's there or not. And that's just a natural thing. The 49ers have learned to keep it civilized in that locker room, though. Even if anybody has a problem, I don't think they're going to make it into a cancer situation. Because if they could, they might have done it a long time ago. We've never seen any sign. I don't know what Kyle and John do to those guys to make them act. I mean, it's kumbaya all the time, it seems, in that locker room. Everybody supports each other. And that example, when Ahkello Witherspoon came out on the field that year when Emmanuel Mosley got hurt, or somebody got hurt, and Ahkello Witherspoon said, oh, yeah, Spoon was messing up, and they put Mosley in. Spoon comes over and tells Kyle Shanahan, listen, I'll play special teams, anything else I have to do. Mosley's got a lot on his plate right now. Let me handle that. Wow. What did the 49ers do to the collective mindset of that 49 locker room? So Jimmy is not going to play defense against you. All he can be is a mentor and help. There's the emotional, the noise, the media. And if that keeps you from doing the job, how do I put it, is like climbing Everest. It's for experts only. Ooh, nice analogy. What is ideal about this whole situation is the fact that Steve is quoted on the matter saying it helps because Jimmy is not a toxic personality. If Trey needs help, he can ask him. Trey needs to see that he's in a perfect situation with a mentor around him at all times, and he will. An incredible, innovative offense, a Super Bowl-ready team. That this is everything I could ever ask for to see how good I could get. I would ask Trey one question. Do you want to see how good you can get? If he can deep down say he's willing to take that risk, then there's no better place than this one right now. Tell him, Steve. Let me go over this parallel, though, with him and Joe real quick. Young and Montana coexisted on the 49ers from 1987 to 92 en route to their spots in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Garoppolo-Lance dynamic obviously doesn't offer such glistening credentials, of course. Not yet, they don't. But who knows better than Young knows that they're in for. However, Young adds this, quote, when Joe was hurt, he's sitting on the sideline, and every mistake you make, everyone turns and says, well, Joe wouldn't do that. And you know it's coming. You got to blank out that noise. It can drive you crazy, or it's super important you see the truth. And this is an incredible opportunity, so don't get distracted by all the noise. It's not going to stop. The whispers in the locker room, the issues with the media, the boos you start to hear after a couple of picks, starting slow, and everyone wonders, are we going to play Jimmy? Let's play Jimmy. There's a level of performance that's necessary. You have to have the discipline to not see it. Otherwise, you can be driven to distraction. Most laymen see the situation and go, oh, trouble, trouble. I don't want that guy spying on me, talking behind my back. There's going to be a whole cavalcade of BS out there. Layman would say it's a disaster, when the truth is, if you really step back, it's an incredible opportunity. Now the 49ers have the perfect scenario. They have Jimmy as a backup, and Steve believes it will take a lot to trade him, as he can be quoted saying, what we're asking Lance to do, question mark, we're asking to take an NFL franchise with a Super Bowl-ready roster and Super Bowl-ready coaching staff to the Super Bowl. That is no easy task by any stretch of the imagination. You ask that of a 35-year-old, and that is a ready job description. You're here. Let's go. We can parse it all you want. The job is right in front of you, and it's an incredibly difficult one for anybody, as proven through ages and time. Very few people can do this job. The idea you might fall in this job is kind of given. By definition, it's very rare. You've got to attack and believe you can go for it. I can do it. If you think it's going to be easier, this incredibly difficult job is somehow easier. If Jimmy's somewhere else, then you don't understand this job. Young's mind is like a steel trap. He's got it all figured out. He goes on to say, is it harder now? More difficult? It's already a death-defying job. You may as well be jumping off a building with no safety net below, hoping you'll survive. That's me saying that, Phil. It really is. Quarterback situation is crazy. This is why when people say, yeah, Getting to the playoffs, number one, is already task number one. And then you worry about the playoffs. But take it one step at a time. The road between here and week 17 is going to be hell. You've seen that schedule we got. It is ridiculous. But then again, that schedule includes us for those people too. So they got to be believing the same thing. So Steve Young also crossed paths with Lance during the offseason at the 49ers facility and is always willing to serve as a mentor, but not in a proactive way. As he makes it clear, I've been careful not to contact him. I reached out in the summer and will reach out before the start of the year. The last thing, Steve is going to make this better. That's what he doesn't want. He knows I'm very willing to take any resource to give him, and he knows to ask at the drop of the hat. You say, hey, you holler at your boy. But there's no need for me to affirmatively try to bug him. I guarantee you if Trey had a question, Jimmy would not turn his back on it. Trey has a resource, and this is one of the reasons why we should actually appreciate Jimmy in camp, because you know how he is, and that's why we're lucky that we got him there. He says, I hope Trey goes to Jimmy. I hope he comes to me, goes to John and Kyle. We all want to help him do this nearly impossible job. Bam. This is my question to you tonight. Are you still uncomfortable with the surprise ending to this 2022 offseason regarding the quarterback situation? If so, why? Because I'm still exploring that, and I'm trying to actually, because I'm backing off of actually, you don't want to go to Twitter, and I still like to go to Twitter. If I wanted to really avoid this, I wouldn't go to Twitter because that's where the fights start. But explain to me where the hostilities come from so I can maybe better understand that as I'm sitting there going through it. Because I'm not responding with anger now. I'm just watching, I'm listening, I'm asking people what is the problem. Because for those of us who do support Jimmy, I don't know why we got to get this. That's what I'm saying. Or give us your feelings since you found out about the quarterback arrangement, if they remain the same as when you initially got wind of all of this, or have you changed since, what was that, Thursday we got that news? Yeah, so anyway, that's what's on my mind. Now I want to know, what are you thinking? Because it's going to be rough out there for Trey, and you know what? He's going to need everybody's support. And so, I thought I saw something up here from Rakib. Can we get that? I thought I had this figured out already, too. Rakib, how are you, brother? Looking forward to the season opener in Chicago. It's going to be an amazing ride, and I will be at the Super Bowl to watch our Niners win it all. By the way, Vernon Davis is already, we got two people now. Vernon Davis says we're going to the Super Bowl, and as does Richard Sherman, as you know. So with that said, let's go get Trey, San Francisco's Trey.
What up, Ronbo?
Trey, man, I'm trying to understand my fam and all. Then I was reading what Steve was saying. I said, this is all proper perspective here. Trey, are you still actually entertaining anger or anything like that about the fact that Jimmy's on this team?
Never was.
Yeah.
Only time I entertained anger was when we lost. I didn't entertain anger necessarily with Jimmy. He was a part of it because he played a position. That was my only entertainment of anger with him because he played an important position, even though there were people around him that should have did their job. And some of them half of the time didn't do that. For me personally, Ronbo, I'm the type of man to go off people that honestly say what they feel right after the season is over and they feel like they're not coming back here. He said he didn't wish no quarterback situation like that on his worst enemy.
I do remember that.
So I understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, but now you okay. I mean, I ain't in the room, so maybe whatever happened, he didn't thought about it, talked to a therapist or whatever, and got over it. I'm just ready to see this season, and I want to see how it ends.
Before you go to the next point, I just want to piggyback on that real quick. But you realize the roles have reversed. Now, actually, he won't admit it, but Jimmy can actually relax now because all the venom is not going to be spit at him because QB1 is on the field. Jimmy could just stand back and say, hey, y'all, you should leave him alone. Jimmy can actually take that role now,
I mean, if I was Jimmy, I would coach Trey like, here, you throw it like this. This is where you lacking at. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have to see the field. I'm just going to get paid $60 million on the bench. I ain't mad at nobody. He would
But you might be
throw the ball like
coaches.
this. No, you put your damn foot down like that. Don't
This is
bend your knee.
hey,
Throw it.
and don't. This is why when everybody said Greasy would be a great coach, I'm trying to understand why am I still seeing Trey do some of the same things he was doing last year? If Greasy, because he's got no coaching experience, if Greasy, who worked with the Shanahan family, people were so high on Greasy, I don't know why y'all so high. You know, it takes experience to be a good coach, and Greasy has none. We'll find out as the season goes along.
Well, ever since Greasy got in office, Trey Lance's play has been real greasy. You know,
Greasy,
but I feel
I see
like
what you did there.
yeah. But you know, me personally, Ronbo, I feel like he undermines everything he learned throughout his training, working with I forgot that quarterback coach name.
Scangarello?
He was Josh Allen. Yeah, Scangarello. Was he Josh Allen's quarterback coach?
Oh no, this I don't. I'm not sure about who that is.
He worked out with him over the summer.
I don't
It was
think
him.
Scangarello's ever had anything
Trey
to do
Lance
with you. I know who you're talking
before.
about. Oh, I do remember hearing about this guy.
Yeah. He worked out with him, and he came in lights out. Everybody was like, "Look at how he is fired."
Mm-hmm.
The moment he met Grease, everything went to hell. Seriously, everything died and went to hell. His mechanics, it was like he forgot what he learned.
Yeah.
And he thought it was okay to throw like this and not like that. It was like basically Greasy went and undermined everything he learned. So
you know, Greasy
me
probably
personally,
did, though. Greasy probably told him throw. You know, are you comfortable throwing like that, Trey? Listen, I want to tell you, all the mechanics in the world aren't going to help if you're uncomfortable with it. I could see where some coaches might do that, but if it's not, you got time to train to change that habit. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's just not working on Trey overthrowing. Right? Why would you wait until? It's sad because Grant had to point it out in a video that the reason why Trey Lance is overstepping is a step knee problem. Like he's been in his knee too early or too late, or which is creating an arm fatigue and him extending it ways he shouldn't extend it, so on and so forth. And then the next day, Greasy come out with a video of him working with Trey.
Mm-hmm.
On his throwing motion. I said, now, why does Grant have to be
the one to tell the man to do how to do his job? I know. So that's
right. Why he has? And me personally, before it's time for me to go, Ronbo, if they don't fix this line, we're gonna need all three quarterbacks. And then at the same time, I felt you on that opening with Jay York, and he's trigger happy, but he can't be too trigger happy. You heard what he said. He don't mind having Jimmy on this team 2 years. He said that himself. He didn't say where. He said as long as he's on the team for 2 more years. Yeah. He's on the team. He got his wish. So he can't go ahead and fire anybody. And if he do, fire John Lynch.
You know, and you're right. Jeremy had to fire himself, too, because he allowed all this in the first place.
Him, fire himself, Greasy, and John Lynch.
Wouldn't it be funny? They say, Trey, always awesome to hear from you. Mm-hmm. I'll be back Sunday looking for you.
All right, Ronbo, I'm finna go finish meditating because this chat fan stuff is overrated. Like half these people ain't even fans. They didn't watch football no time. Who was your first favorite quarterback of the 49ers? And then we'll see how much of a fan you really is.
There you go. That's a nice trivia question.
Mine was Joe Montana. Mine was Joe. All right, Ronbo.
Comedians. All right, Phil. Have a great night.
Yeah. All right, you too.
Yeah, and here he is, right on time and schedule. He's chill. Phil, get in here. Hey, Rick Diaz.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Well, Phil, it's always fun and refreshing. I love to hear Steve Young talk.
Well, to the answer to that last question, it was John Brody.
Oh, whoa, Brody. People forget about Brody. Brody was a winner. He just didn't, they were still playing championship football then. No.
He led the league in passing for about 3 years in a row. So, John Brody was my guy.
And
that tells you how old I am.
Well, the thing is, Brody was like, people talk about Brody as being one of the greatest quarterbacks in 49er history. But since the media started, they moved away from that, and Joe gets all the love. And people forget about Brody all the time. You're right.
But even they had a quarterback controversy back then.
With who?
They first had John Brody going against Y.A. Tittle.
Oh,
And then Tittle got traded. And then they had Brody going against Steve Spurrier, who was the Heisman Trophy winner, and Brody beat him out. So, yeah, there's always been quarterback controversies in 49er history.
That's right.
And let me tell you that Montana hated Young. He hated Young.
I thought so. I really did.
No,
Somebody said, they were
I
recently.
had a picture. I want to tell you the story. I had a picture of Joe and Steve at practice throwing the ball. I got Steve to sign his half. I went up to Joe. Joe wouldn't sign it. I had to cut the picture in half, and then Joe signed it. So Joe did not want to have anything to do with Steve. So it was a whole different locker room. There wasn't salary cap issues. This situation with Trey and Jimmy is totally different. First of all, they're friends. Second of all, they both have the personality that's not egotistical.
Yeah.
And, they don't have the pedigree that forces them to be egotistical. And the thing is that what I see is, I think as a 49er fan, you don't want Jimmy to play a snap.
Yeah, because that means things are going south.
That means things are going well with Trey, and Jimmy doesn't get that, those likely to be earned salary cap.
Well, the 16 mil.
That when Jimmy plays, when he takes snaps in games, he's making money that's going against the cap.
Hey, as a matter of fact, I thought it was mostly the incentives. Do they count against the cap as well?
Well, the likely to be earned. Okay, so Jimmy played 15 games last year. So the Niners have $30,000 per game if Jimmy makes the roster for that game. Makes the 40-some-odd man roster, the game day roster.
Yeah.
So that's about $500,000. Not a big deal.
Yeah. It's
when he starts taking snaps and starting games. That's when he starts making the money. And the minimum I think is going to be about $8.7 million, and the likely to be earned because he started 15 games last year, so is around 14.5 million, somewhere in there. And so if he doesn't play a snap, we get $5 million plus. I think it's $5.65 million back against next year's cap in credit. And so that's going to go well to signing Nick. So
not only Nick, you got to look at Dre Greenlaw. They're looking at him now too.
Dre Greenlaw, Nick, Azier. I don't know if they can sign both of them. They're going to sign one of them. But between Azier and
both expire
Greenlaw.
Yeah, so
I mean, that's where the money needs to go. So if Jimmy doesn't play a snap, then we can start signing guys that we need to sign.
Now, the cap expands wildly next year, though, right? As it's being as the myth is being put out there already, or the rumors, should I say?
The what? What was
the
that,
cap?
Ronbo?
The cap is really going to expand.
Oh, cap's
next year.
going up, yeah. But also, Sam Williams' salary goes up. Debo's salary goes up. Fred Warner's salary goes up. Kittle's salary goes up. So
those guys are all signed, though. I mean,
they're all signed, but their paycheck goes up next year. So it all goes against the cap. So
Warner gets paid now, though, doesn't he? Kittle?
Huh?
Yeah, Warner and Kittle already their pay is already counted up now. They're getting
paid
now.
Their base salary goes up year over year over year over year.
Well,
it's spread out.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's the inflation of year over year cap money. So it's just the way it is. So I mean that $5 million would go a long ways to spending it on other players that we need next year. So
that's it.
I'm hoping Jimmy doesn't play a snap. He's there for insurance.
And better.
And I hope Trey has a great year.
That's the thing.
As a 49er fan, that's what you got to root for.
Yeah, because if he's having a good year, we're winning games, and that's the bottom line. So
right,
great stuff.
And we've got Trey Lance for 4 more years. So
At minimum. Exactly. All right,
that's
Phil.
that's the thing.
Good stuff, Phil, as
So
per
anyway,
usual.
Ronbo, yeah.
All right.
The
We'll
other
see you.
thing is, thank you, Detroit, for signing Nate Sedfield. We got $2 million there. And
We get anything for Trey Sermon?
Sherman, we got another $1 million back in cap space
All
for
right.
that guy.
See, there you go. All right. All right, fam.
So,
Let's
Niners are doing good things. I mean, so I'm really happy with what's going on so far.
All right. Phil, I'm going to see you Sunday.
Can't
and
complain.
let's see what other madness develops since our camp is good for that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Rombo.
Have a great night, Phil.
You take care. Bye.
Good night. Bye. Jersey Joe just ran into something. Probably somebody left their jaw out in the street. Hey, JJ.
What's up, bud? How you doing, Rainbow?
Hey, JJ, doing great, man. This season, this time next week, we'll be getting ready finally for that first game. Damn, finally. All right, JJ. No, but I've been, as I said, I got hit upon today in Twitter, and Twitter's not a good. By the way, I want to remind anybody, Twitter's not a good place to go if you're really looking for peace. I do it just because I like to see what's going on.
I don't have one.
Anyway, I got hit up by a guy that I never expected in a very foul-mouthed fashion, right? A lot of guys say things, but usually they say something is usually football related. But personal attack from somebody that I've been knowing for years on Red and Gold Radio and everything comes at me with that. I said, dude, and you used to have way more class. What is up?
You know me. It's hard for me to bite my tongue. I was actually going to address this at the end of my spot because Niner, you love to hate.
Oh, you know who else?
I don't know. You're a grown man. You're a grown man with braids. I'd be mad too. Dude's a fucking bitch. I can't stand his ass. He's always going at show. He's a flat out hater. Just do the world a favor and just forget it.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm right here. I'm no hater, and I came to.
You're a flat out hater, homie.
Hold on. I came on the show to publicly. I already apologized to Ronbo.
He did
in the comments, and I came on the show to publicly apologize because that was wrong and it was foul. Even though I was kidding, but that as a grown man.
Nah, bro, come on, man. You don't. But bro, you don't kid though. You be saying some evil shit though.
I'm talking to Ronbo right now.
Okay,
this is my public apology. But you mentioned my name. You mentioned my name.
Can I get you to hold? We got a new policy.
Go ahead.
You got to come in and ask.
It's all right, Ronbo.
It's okay. Okay.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Continue.
Go ahead, easy.
All right.
No, it's your turn. Go ahead. I'll stay on. I'll wait my turn.
He said if it's up to me, go ahead. Say your piece.
I'll wait my turn. All
right. We'll be back to you then. Okay.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm only taking shots because you have taken shots at me in the past, and you don't even know it. But that's the only reason why I had to say my piece right there. But as far as what's going on right now, the situation, I love it. Only because everything's reversed now, Ronbo. You said it earlier. Everybody was coming at Jimmy.
Yeah.
It was making him better, even though a lot of people don't think it was better. Got to an NFC Championship again, even though you don't want to say it was fully Jimmy, with a busted finger and a busted shoulder. Now, I see the good in this because if Trey is what everybody says he is, if he's clearly better, then we're looking at his damn Super Bowl championship this year, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Everybody wants that. That's the bottom line.
And well, I don't know about that, Ron, but there's a lot of people here that sounds like they'd rather be right than win a Super Bowl. It really is what it comes down to, Ron.
Well, you I don't know if you noticed on Twitter as well. Nick said, the guy who was I forget his other handle. Anyway, Nick says, there's people running around saying he's supposed to sarcastically said, I'd rather lose with Purdy than win with Garoppolo. I said, wow, that's sarcasm at its best. And I said, that's the sentiment of a lot of people.
I heard the same thing with Trey. I would rather win a Super Bowl with Gabbert than to lose one. Period. I just want to win one. See, that's the problem with people. They just want to. But see, Phil beat me to it earlier. I don't want to see Jimmy see the field either. You know I'm a Jimmy dude.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want a Lombardi. I don't care who hoists it. I really don't care.
If Jimmy's on the field, we got
See?
troubles of some kind. And any kind of trouble it is not going to be behooving us toward winning that championship, you know?
And Robert, I'm the type that I'm okay with being wrong simply because it teaches me something. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong about Lance, I would humbly admit, I told you, I'm putting on the, it's still there. If Trey does it, I am buying not his $150 jersey, his $300 jersey. I guarantee I will come on live and I will show him my $300 jersey. I promise. I actually want to anyways, but that's just stupid though.
There you go. You know,
but
it's and this is why. So this is the distinction between you and the guys who just hate people. You know, every quarterback's going to make mistakes. Every player's going to make mistakes. Get over it. You know, especially if the end result was winning, then that's fine. If you're losing every day behind a quarterback's constant mistakes, it's another story. But I mean, God, we've been a winning team ever since 2017 when Garoppolo's on the field. When he's off the field, we were losing. Yeah. When he's on the field, we're winning. Whether you want to give him credit or not, that's anybody's business. But, you know, that's just
the hate it's unnecessary, really. I told you I already had somebody that wished Jimmy death upon him. I mean, like, come on,
it's
dude.
It's been going on for a while.
You do know the greatest quarterback of all time threw a 60-yard pick six in a Super Bowl. You guys do know that, right?
Yeah.
It happens.
It does.
Geez. Oh.
To get down on a mistake like a pick, every quarterback in the NFL, except Aaron Rodgers, of course, who's God, throws picks. All of them do. It's unavoidable. Those defenses are getting paid a lot of money to make those picks. It just is.
It's funny you said Aaron Rodgers, Ronbo, because that game where he lost to us, he had a dude right in the middle of the field, wide open, but nobody in the Green Bay Packers are saying anything about that.
I know.
That would have ended the game for us.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, see, so Rodgers makes mistakes. Hell, he's been making mistakes for over 10 years. He can't get back to the bedrock. He can't get out of the playoffs. Yet he is renowned as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I understand the
by
MVP
the way,
back-to-back.
what's his name?
Go ahead.
John Brody, yeah, he is a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's why if Rodgers was Brady or Brady was to come to us, I don't know what number they would have given him because number 12's retired.
That's right, huh?
The Niners.
They would have did it for Brady. JJ.
I know my history, but I wasn't alive then. But
but you're like reading all that stuff's out there available to be read for 49er fans who want to know. Hey JJ, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, man. Well, good stuff. We're hearing from you a lot lately. I love it. We'll see you Sunday, okay?
No, I'm kidding.
You gotta love JJ's spontaneous comedy. Fine. We're pay JJ to be back Sunday.
Niners!
Night, fam.
Have a good one, Rob.
You too. And Scapelli Supplies Repairs. Hey, Scapelli. He's like, Ronbo, can we get a Niners? I love the people asking to do that. Thanks for that contribution, too. All right, now you love to hate. Come on in and let's talk, fam. What? Oh. Now you love to hate? Come on in, fam.
Hey, Ronbo. People that wear braids again?
Yeah. Yo. I ain't got no problem with it myself. JJ had to do something, I guess.
I don't even know who that dude is. I don't know what he's talking about.
You may not know him.
I don't even know who that is.
You may have addressed it, but didn't know his username. That happens to me.
No, I doubt it. I rarely get on Twitter. It's just I was on my phone and it popped up Ronbo Jimmy G. I said, oh God, and it just came out. And I went back to sleep because I had been up since six that morning. Mm. And when I got up and I seen your comment, I said, "Oh God!" I said, "Now I gotta apologize to Ronbo for this." So I sincerely apologize.
Because the thing is, fam, our relationship goes back too far. What I hear from certain characters, like Niner Mike, I know Niner Mike's going to talk like that, so I'm always expecting it, yeah. And he brings it the same way right. I always expect and anticipate, right? But you and I don't know. I was out of character, and I said, "Wow, what is my boy doing?"
I was thinking about it all day. I felt bad. I was just kidding. But that was the wrong thing to say. I want to publicly apologize. You handled it with class, like the class act you are.
Thanks.
You give us this
Thanks.
entertainment and platform to speak our minds. And so for me, as a man to another man, I apologize for that, Ronbo.
That's
I
acceptable,
sincerely
fam.
do.
I accepted the first one. It's cool. It's cool. I understand. And at the time, like what you just explained, it was just an emotional moment for you, and you just reacted. I was there, and it's all right.
Yeah, I just reacted.
I just responded to you by saying, "I ain't coming back at you like that. I want to know what is it." Yeah, that was all I could think.
That's why I say you handled it with class. I shouldn't have said it like that. I could have said something totally different. I could have made a different joke, but I accept full responsibility for my actions, and I do apologize for that.
We cool. And I knew it was out of character for you. That's why, that's what was
Yeah, I was thinking about it all day. Like, oh man, that was bad.
It's an emotional sport. Football brings the crazy out of everybody, actually. And playing it, if you ever did, makes you even more crazy when you're on the field. So, it's just
right. I just can't wait for
this game. Oh God, yeah.
I just can't wait for the game to start, for Trey to prove all the doubters wrong. I'm just ready for the season to start.
And
so that's all I wanted to say. I apologize to you. I apologize to anyone else that I offended that may have seen that comment. It was totally out of character. I love Ronbo. No hard feelings or anything, and it'll never happen again.
Back at you, because you and me, we could talk sensibly. We ain't got to go through some things other people.
Most definitely.
So I appreciate that.
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Because you know how I feel about you. Come on, man. We've been knowing each other too long. All right.
Right. Too long. 2015, 2016.
Somewhere there, 16.
Yep.
Yeah,
so you have.
Yeah.
So you have a good night, and I gotta get out of here.
Hey, come on, man. You all right? We cool? All right, man. See you later.
Yeah, we cool. We good.
All right. Have a great night, man.
Have a good one.
All right. And hey, yo, Jay.
Hello. Yo,
Jay. Jay, man, I was just collecting some of the thoughts from Steve Young today, and I said, this is some great talking points on here. Young has pointed out some real facts, some realities, some of them kind of frightening, and most of them right on target. Do you think it is clear that Jimmy and Trey have absolutely no problems? Otherwise, they're really great actors, right? And actually,
I actually heard Ronbo that Jimmy's going to star in the new Superman movie. Actually, so.
He's already auditioned and got the part, right?
I think he is.
Hey, you got to have Lex Luthor. Who's going to play Lex Luthor? They should cast George Kittle in that role.
But,
George would make a great Lex Luthor.
That would be funny. But the more I think about it, this is I don't really like it, but it's an okay plan, I guess. Jimmy's the backup, Trey's the starter, and pretty much it. What's it called? If Trey's scared of Jimmy, he ain't the guy,
That's what everybody's saying.
No offense to Jimmy. Yeah, of anybody, but Jimmy, he's a starting level quarterback, but he ain't no top 10 quarterback. So you're scared of him. He's just. But I think he's tough mentally, to be honest. And I don't think he needs there's a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, Jay, being 22 and having the experience he's got, I think he's handling himself really well, at least in front of the cameras right now. Yeah. So I'm pretty impressed. So we just got to see that translate. That same cool's got to translate to the field and see what he could get done. He cannot be intimidated by anything. And he already knows what's coming. They've already told him the boos are going to come. You make a mistake, there's going to be the hecklers in the stands. There's going to be the media saying, "Well, is Trey Lance really ready for this job, or have Kyle and John made a mistake?" All that BS is coming. You don't get any chances to make mistakes in the NFL. The critics, they start to roll as soon as a mistake happens.
Yeah, but Ronbo, I think what's it called? There's someone in the call?
Yeah. Hey, fam, listen. Hey, guys, don't unmute. Don't unmute. Just come in and hold, and we'll bring you right in. Please don't unmute. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I think Trey, he's been doubted his whole life, right? He didn't, he wanted to apply to the Gophers college team. They didn't want him. So, I think he's tough mentally, and I'm just so excited to see what happens. I know it ain't gonna be perfect. Like no quarterback is perfect, and unless your name is Aaron Rodgers, but in the postseason, not the playoffs. But
Aaron Rodgers, right?
Just like Jimmy, they're kind of like the same, to be honest.
I know, but here's the thing, Jimmy. I mean, Aaron is like getting MVP honors. He's getting paid more than anybody in the league. And he still chokes in the playoffs. Nobody says anything about that, though. It amazes me.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers has more touchdowns and less interceptions than Jimmy.
He's got more of everything. In the league. He's got everything more than Jimmy.
Yeah, but Jimmy doesn't really do anything in the playoffs. In my opinion, this is my opinion only. Some people might disagree, but
No, here's the thing. You could take it from Aaron. The playoffs is a different beast. You don't get a lot of superstar quarterbacks in the playoffs. You get team efforts. As I said, I keep telling people, listen, name me a Super Bowl where the quarterback was just manhandling the Super Bowl opponent, except for when we beat up on the Chargers that year. But you've not seen another Super Bowl like that. Every year that Super Bowl is just pretty much closely contested, and there's domination. Just about every year. Our quarterback ain't going out there owning no team.
Mm-hmm. One last thing, Ronbo. I think Jimmy, no offense, but I think he's not going to be a starter in this league. If anything, he's going to be a bridge quarterback or a backup quarterback. This is my opinion. And I think if everything works well this year for Jimmy, I think he should just stay as a backup quarterback, backing up Trey Lance. Everything goes well. It's a good situation. It's a good team, and who knows? Jimmy might just say, didn't he say he knows his role?
Jay,
he said something like that, Ronbo.
Our biases about Jimmy, they don't apply to the NFL. There's quarterbacks out there right now starting that are not as good as Jimmy G. So he's a starting quarterback in the league. That's not going to wash. Yeah. If he can get out of San Francisco, he'll start for somebody. But he needs to be in a situation where he can compete against somebody and see what happens there. The guy wins, and even though people don't like his style, if you put Jimmy in another style, I want to see what he looks like myself. Because what Kyle does is put the workload around the whole team, and then the quarterback gets to blame no matter what everybody else does. But you put him out there, let him lead a team like McVay does. Let's see I want to see what he looks like. Anyway, that's the hero there. We'll find out.
Well, I see, Rob. I think the teams that they're drafting new quarterbacks, they're drafting younger quarterbacks. So I think he's going to be a bridge, if anything. No offense, but
we'll have to wait and see on that. All right. All right, Jay. We'll see you Sunday. I know we're out of time already. All right. I'll see you Sunday, fam. Somebody asked why I was sipping like that. I can't tell you what's in that beverage. Hey, George.
Hey, Ronbo. How you doing?
Doing great, George.
Season's
about to get started.
So
you got a feedback going, George. You need to shut a speaker off.
You need to shut a speaker off.
Or lower the volume down.
I did have it hooked up to a speaker. Now it's off. It's probably my PS5.
Okay, let me test.
Okay, let me test.
No, we still got you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can turn it off.
Usually that means if you're running two devices.
At the same time.
George.
All right, it's turning off. Yeah, can you hear me?
Test one. Yeah, that's it. All right, you got it.
Yeah.
All right, George. Go ahead, George, because we're talking about the the non-controversy that 49er fans are trying to manufacture for reasons unknown, even for those who don't like Jimmy, he's not starting, and that they don't want him anywhere in the city limits of Santa Clara is perplexing. And, the anger and rage from last year's miss in the playoff is interesting. What are you thinking here, George, at this particular point? Is it bothering you that Jimmy's around? I know you do support Jimmy, but I mean, can you actually put a definition on why the rage continues?
All right. I'll do that real quick just because I want to get to something else that you might like.
That's right.
But the Jimmy situation, come on. If we go back to a couple months back on your episodes, you always keep all your episodes up. So there's record of me saying that the 49ers were going to give Jimmy a chance to try to find a trade. And then, if a trade happened, that was sweet for us. That's sweet for the other team. It was going to happen. But they were also going to show him that other teams don't want him. Okay? So as much as I was an advocate for Jimmy because he did change the culture that we had here, we had a losing culture. Okay? People forget that. But, they were going to show him that he's at best a backup. As much as, he did great with us and everything, he's a backup. So they were going to show him that. Now he's seen it. Now, is it best to stay with the team that might win the Super Bowl, or are you going to go risk your chances somewhere else as a backup?
Right.
But the major thing, Ronbo, the biggest controversy out of QB, out of everything is, are we going to have a home to play the games? I don't know if you heard about the article that happened, but the 49ers rep met up with the mayor talking about the team and certain things and everything. And apparently the cops were called because the mayor felt threatened by our 49er guy. Our 49er representative. So
I saw the article. I didn't read it because every year it seems to be the same thing. Santa Clara and the 49ers are going through something. I got tired of reading about it. I didn't read it this year. Are you telling me? Go ahead, continue. I want to hear more of this. I didn't know it got to that point.
I haven't read too much into it, but just like you, I had heard about it, read a few articles and everything, and apparently there was contracts or certain things mentioned that, money-wise. So that's what they're fighting, money-wise.
Every year for the last...
Yeah.
This has been going on ever since they got there.
Apparently the cops were called, everything. So I'm like, shit, are we going to play in Arizona again? Are we going to use Seattle now, or what are we going to do?
No, actually,
hopefully we have
George,
a field to play on.
You can rest assured that would cripple the city. No matter how much the Santa Clara administrators try to say the 49ers are a problem, the employment, the monies brought into Santa Clara are way beyond what they'd be getting if the 49ers weren't there. And I understand that venue is used for a lot of different activities, but the 49ers have got to be the biggest payload. So I don't know why the complication. Also, I don't know why Jed, whatever he's doing, I'm starting to think some of this is his fault too. Pay those people or come to an arrangement, but stop with this annual every year at the same time. There's that article about the 49ers and Santa Clara having a problem. I said, what? How many years?
Yeah. And one more thing, Ronbo, is I hope everybody, all my faithful, all the Niners fans, went on YouTube and heard or maybe on the radios, they heard the Bosa father talking about his kids, right, on the radio station.
Yeah.
And he's just as pissed as we all are seeing Nick Bosa get held every play. Yes. And he talks about player safety. He gets that chokehold, body keeps going, you can hurt a back, you're back, you can, you hurt yourself. So, and go see the interview. It's awesome.
Yeah,
he says he hates O-line, but he loves Trent Williams.
Yeah. What he's talking about is that conversation between Joey's father, Nick's father, and Rich Eisen. So check out the Rich Eisen interview.
No, it wasn't the Rich Eisen. It was I think it's 97.5, the game or something like that. It's a local
I guess he
radio station up in San Fran.
Oh, you're right. Rich Eisen was talking.
It's pretty cool. I believe the episode came out 2 days ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was with Rich Eisen. Okay, I think you're right. 95 points. It might be the game. Huh, okay.
Yeah, it was the game. So check that out. And one more thing before I go, Ronbo, I want to ask the next callers that are coming up, or even the chat, if they know if NFL Plus would stream games in my local area. I'm from Anaheim in Southern California, so I don't know if I should invest in this thing.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Game Pass. Game Pass won't block you out or anything.
Game Pass
like that.
is most okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the NFL Plus thing, and it talks about like local broadcasting and
so that's always a problem.
The main games.
Yeah, Game Pass, they charge too much. They know they got to let you see it no matter where you are.
Yeah.
God. All right. Well, George, good stuff. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday, and good luck with that if you make a choice between Plus and Game Pass. All right.
All right. I won't be in Sunday. Gonna enjoy the weekend.
You should
and
be sure to bother Rams fans as much as you can, please.
I saw Rudy on the chat. That guy is hilarious. You know, he's gonna lose again to us. You know, so
all right, George,
it's all right.
Have a great weekend.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
You too, man.
And get your groove on. 97B says, shout out to Jimmy J. We have the most handsome and best dressed backup quarterback in the league. Trey better step up. Not only his game, but his fashion style. That's really funny because Trey dresses like a kid, and that's pretty funny. What? Vader! We haven't talked to Vader forever. Vader's got a SoCal, too. See, Rams fans, there's a lot of us down in SoCal. Y'all do not own nothing. Vader!
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing? Been a long time.
It really has been over a year, Vader. I don't think I remember talking to you over last season at all.
Exactly. You know, been working with the enemy for a little bit here.
Is that right?
Yeah. You know, been down at Anaheim, working with the Rams, helping a friend out.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been. Yeah. Just helping a friend out. You know, I'm a diehard Niner fan, through and through, brother. You know me. But yeah, man, I get into this Jimmy G talk. What's wrong with everybody, man? I think we got a great deal to keep Jimmy on the field and you know, train this young kid. You know, go through the motions because people got to understand, man. We both know this, Ronbo. Kyle's playbook is very difficult. You know, the formations look the same, but they're always different plays.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's gonna take. You know, Trey sat out. He watched for a year. Now he's gonna, you know, take the helm. It just sucks that you know we can't focus on getting a center. I don't understand why we can stack up the running back. We could stack up the linebackers. The you know, a defense. We can't get 7, 8 at the end. You know, the late in the draft centers. Come on, we got to do something about that center problem.
I tell you, that's why I always say, you know, if you're a kid, 12, 13, 14-year-olds looking at genetically look like you're going to be a big kid, keep eating, start lifting around 13, 14. That's okay, you can lift now. Get big, get strong, become an offensive lineman. The NFL will honor you with probably a red carpet treatment. Vader, there's not enough great offensive linemen in the NFL. Every other team in the league is crying about their offensive line. That tells you something right there. There's just not enough good quality offensive linemen to go around.
Yeah, especially centers. It's like, geez Louise, we can't get it. We can't get
tackles?
It together here.
Left and right tackles?
Oh, my goodness.
You could get killed not having left and right tackles. Look at Mahomes in the Super Bowl year before last. Damn near killed him. Right. He lost both tackles, and it looked like it.
Exactly. So how do you feel? I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about putting Trey out there for the Wolves and seeing us not having a solid tackle? I mean, you know, a solid center.
But I'm honestly worried because the center means a lot in Kyle Shanahan's offense, and you're talking about a kid with inexperience. He needed Alex Mack this year so
Yes,
bad, Vader.
absolutely.
Oh, he needed Alex Mack this year.
I don't understand why they couldn't get that fixed or done. Or I
heard they're still talking to him. Yeah, they're still sending messages.
Yeah, they should. This is crazy. We can't find a solid set. I think we've got a solid team this year. I see us going far. But if we've had so much different talent come through that building and we don't keep any. I mean, what is Richard Sherman doing? Why is he not coaching our corners?
Richard's being a celebrity now.
I know, man. Yeah. He's on TV. He's got his podcast. Good for him, man. Good for him. But he talks about the Niners and how long he's won a Super Bowl with Seattle, and he doesn't talk about Seattle like he talks about the Niners.
I know. I think he's going to retire as a 49er.
I hope so too. I hope so too. It just sucks that we couldn't get him a ring, but
came close.
It breaks my heart. It came close, but yeah, again, I just wanted to, missed you, Ronbo. Missed you, brother.
Yeah, I really did. It's weird. And Big Show sends a shout out to you too, man. He misses you too.
Big Show. Yeah, you know what? Big Show should start pulling our draft picks in. He finds some diamonds in the rough towards the end there. Doesn't he? Come on, Show. You need to call and say, I need you to go after this center, and this one, and we'll work them all out, and we'll see who works out.
I tell you, I think Show can work in the front office. Him and Tony, who lives in Bay Area.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony, but they have every detail, every little measurement you need to evaluate a player as to whether he's a 49er or not. I'm just, wow, look at this. Some guys
remember when he made us
ability.
Hey, remember when he made us look dumb with Fred Warner?
I know, right? I remind him of that all the time. I said, remember the show? I said, who is Fred Warner?
Oh, no.
I said it with attitude.
I was just like you. I got on the computer and started looking at it. Wow, maybe you see something here. And look at, man, Fred's just wow. I'm just blessed that we have Fred on our team, brother. Wow, all pro, exactly. But I wanted to hit you up. I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on something.
Real quick, because we're almost out of time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I heard Vic Fangio was out there today at practice.
Again. D'Amico's leaving next year if that defense does a good job, right, Vader? So we it's good we're shopping for a coach right now. And Fangio wants to know right now. Look, he's got to go. You guys know it. He's just too good. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That way you don't burn your bridges everywhere. It's just, I don't understand why we keep burning our bridges. And Dante Johnson, how long do you think he'll be out of the league before we sign him again?
He's already back. Ridiculous. They signed him yesterday.
Oh, so they let him go. They waived him, and then they brought him back.
This is an annual event with Dante. You know this.
He must have something on us, man. He must have something on us, baby. That's just the trip. All right, wow. Okay.
He brought everybody a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, there you go. Exactly, huh?
We gotta go, Vader.
Dante. All right,
so good here from
again, brother.
Don't make me wait. Get back here Sunday.
I'll be back on Sunday, brother. Hey, but I gotta give my calling card here, brother, at the end right here. Let it go! I'm ready to go! Radio Ronbo Sports. Hit that like, baby. Hit that like. You have a good one.
I missed that so much, Vader. Thanks, fam. Have a great night.
Thanks. All right, bye-bye.
And the Big Show says, please give my love and shout out to Vader. Show, I just did that, as you know. Thanks for the contribution. And Liam, come on in. Liam. Liam, every now and then, I think Liam works probably late into the evening, and he passes out on me. He'll explain that next time. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony. Well, Tony, as you know, tonight's show is we're sort of going some of the thoughts with Steve Young. Also, I'm trying to extend an olive branch out to people who are so pissed off about Jimmy remaining on the team. I'm trying to understand. You know what I do, Tony? I'm not usually when people come at me sideways, I come right back at them right on social media. I've decided stop doing that. Don't fan the flames. Try to see if you can understand your brother. Tony, have I lost my mind, or can you explain to me what is the anger about?
Ronbo, first of all, leave John Lynch out of this, right? Whoever keeps mentioning John Lynch's name,
Yeah.
If you're a private investigator, you just failed, right? Yeah. Because John Lynch, like I said to you a couple of shows ago, told Shanahan, no, you pick the quarterback. You're the coach. You're going to be calling the plays. It's your baby. All right? So John Lynch has wiped his hands from this. Secondly, Kyle Shanahan is the man that you all should be looking at. It's got nothing to do with Trey. It's got nothing to do with Jimmy. All right? Jimmy is another Kyle Shanahan, I'm covering my ass move. Okay? Because he's seen this kid. He might not be ready. We don't know. We haven't seen him on the field yet. He's completing 50% of his passes in practice. And Kyle Shanahan is so desperate to win a Super Bowl. I mean, so are we. But he's so desperate to win a Super Bowl. This guy's ego, this guy will do anything to... Where's Matt Breida? Where's Raheem Mostert? Where's Kowski T? Right? This guy will cut and get rid of anybody. Doesn't matter whether you're Jimmy G or Trey Lance. Right? Jimmy has already told Trey, listen, brother, I'm using this as a stepping stone to further my career. Right? I'm out of here next year. This team is yours. You can have it. Right? But if I get on the field, I'm going to perform at my best so that when I leave here, Jimmy's walking at the end of the season.
I know.
Right? Make no mistake about that. But he's going to use this time, and he's going to try and win, obviously. All right? But Kyle is the one you should worry about. For this is how problematic this person is. The guy's a narcissist, mate. You don't know that next year your QB1 might be Aaron Rodgers and QB2 might be Brock Purdy.
Hey, Tony, you know what? One thing we have learned, or what you're saying, there's not one mistruth. Kyle will get rid of a man quickly if you mentioned examples, but if everybody thinks that Kyle has found his man in Trey Lance, he's put him out there and give him a shot. But if Lance struggles this year, we're going to draft another quarterback next year. Guaranteed. If Jimmy leaves, and he is, watch Kyle draft another quarterback next year. I think he's done that every year anyway.
Can't people see how this guy covers his ass every year to keep his job? Like, for Christ's sake, he mentioned, I keep forgetting his name, Mac Jones. Oh,
I didn't even know about that.
Guy and that guy.
I thought it was everybody. Now, Tony, did you believe that? I thought like everybody else. Oh, come on. Kyle wanted Trey Lance or Justin Fields. He chose Trey. But Mac Jones was never involved. And then he comes out and says, I struggled to come to that decision between Mac Jones, and we were looking at both Mac Jones and Trey. What? Whoa. Really?
And now
I was shocked.
It's painfully obvious that this guy is not 100% confident in Trey Lance. So to cover his ass again, right, he's picked Jimmy G to be the backup, right? Doesn't mean that because Jimmy G's a backup. I mean, if this guy, like, all right, think about it this way, Ronbo. How many games is he going to allow Trey Lance, all right, to lose before the season is not salvageable, all right? Because everybody says this is a Super Bowl ready to go now team. Super Bowl ready. Remember those words, right? How many games is he going to let him lose before the season is not salvageable?
And that's going to cause controversy
Jimmy
too.
In there.
Yeah. We keep controversy going. Tony, I can't believe we're out of time. But we are.
The elephant in the room, Ronbo, is Kyle Shanahan.
He just got it. Kyle, he has to know we're watching him. Anyway, Tony, I'll see you Sunday, okay?
All right, brother.
Thanks,
Shout
Tony.
out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Appreciate you. Looking forward to it. Night, Tony. Or good day, Tony.
All right. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Emilio. You know, man, I'm sitting there checking out, man. I'm just tonight I'm looking at Steve Young's comments, and he pretty much echoed the gospel truth on most things about this whole situation. But you need to be a quarterback of his caliber to be able to talk like Steve Young does about this whole situation. And I didn't see one word I didn't agree with. And now that's why I'm asking tonight for y'all that's still mad. I want to know what are you mad about? Because Trey's quarterback won, and Jimmy is standing back there in the shadows in case he's needed, and people feel like, I guess they're intimidated by him even standing back there. Or actually, it's like having the dude down the block that you can't stand that's always parking his car in your driveway. You know, you want to go out there and beat his ass, but the thing is, Jimmy ain't went that far yet. I'm trying to understand it. So, shed some light on all that stuff for me. I know you got some thoughts on that.
I was never mad. I had never been negative. I was just making jokes.
And do you understand that?
I keep telling. I told you before, Jimmy can't throw over 40 yards. That's what I kept telling you, which is true. That's in the pudding. It ain't nothing new.
Emil, give me some more volume because I'm hard. You're low.
No, I was just talking about Jimmy can't throw over 40 yards.
Over 40 yards. No, I heard
that's in the pudding. So that's in the pudding. I didn't say that. He's good in the middle where he usually throws the ball, but him trying to throw the ball like Danny Gray, like Trey did, that's not going to happen. He's not going to throw the ball that deep.
Let me know.
He does.
Now, is that the reason for the rage and hatred?
No, not by my end. I told you.
I know, but you brought that up, so I'm wondering is that part of it?
No, like I said, to me, I like Jimmy. I was happy with Jimmy, but there was situations where Jimmy can't do what he needs to do to be that elite quarterback. Like everybody's bringing up Aaron Rodgers. You look at Aaron Rodgers, he can throw the ball deep with no problem. You look at Tom Brady, he can throw the deep with no problem. I can go on and on. Jimmy can't do that. If he does, he has to put all his might into it to get that ball down 40, 50 yards. You looked at Trey. Trey just flicked his wrist to do that. That's the problem. I don't have a problem with Jimmy. Jimmy's cool. If he's on the team, we're winning. We're winning with Jimmy. It didn't been proved. But our problem is we need to throw the ball deep. We need to throw defenses, have defenses worry about us talking about throwing the ball deep. Because if not, all they know is that Jimmy can throw 15 yards, and they know we're going to run and they're going to stack the box. That is a problem. At least if you look at Kaepernick couldn't read the defense, but he was able to chuck that ball down the field. And defenses worry about that. That's what you need to worry about, that we can throw the ball deep over 40, 50-plus yards, and they got to worry about that. That's the problem. Jimmy can't do that, and it's been proven time and time again. That is the problem. That's the issue I have with Jimmy. I love the guy. He got us to a Super Bowl, got us in a NFC Championship game. But he can't. That he's limited to what he can do and what he cannot do.
You don't believe Trey has any limitations?
Trey, he might. We don't really know if Trey has limitations or not. We got to see. I just know that Trey can throw that ball down the field because we've seen it. We've seen it during the Arizona game. We've seen it during the Texans game. We've seen it during the preseason game. He can throw the ball deep. Now, it's just, can he become an elite quarterback? It's up to him. That's the problem. That's the issue. Now, if you can't be an elite quarterback and he has the time to shine, like every other quarterback we had, it's going to be the same thing with you. But you had your chance, time for you to go kick rocks, new quarterback.
Well, yeah. Maybe.
Like I said, I support every quarterback we have, but if you're hot garbage, you're hot garbage. And I still can't say how dudes say I would be happy with winning the Super Bowl with Gavin. Gavin wouldn't even be close to that goddamn Super Bowl anyways, even if you tried. At least Alex was limited with his stuff, and at least got us to a championship game. Kaepernick, same thing. At least he got us to a Super Bowl. But yeah, certain quarterbacks ain't not even gonna get you close to that Super Bowl. You gotta look at Garcia. As Lucas Garcia had his talent, he could not get even past the wild card game. He can't even get you a championship game. So it's just sometimes when it comes to the big game, some quarterbacks are limited. They can't do what they can do. If you look at certain like Carr and Dak, they can get you to play the season. They look like all-stars. But once the playoffs come in, they're horrible. You just can't do it. The game is not meant for you in the playoffs. If you look at Romo, Romo looked like an all-star during the season, but when it came to the playoffs, he was just horrible.
Yeah, but you can say that about Rodgers too, though. I don't know. I still think people put too much emphasis on the quarterback
you
play
look at Rodgers,
in
at
the
least
playoffs.
Rodgers can get you to the NFC Championship game.
No.
He's won a Super Bowl.
No, he can't. Rodgers
yes,
usually goes one round. He may get one round.
The last time he got to the NFC Championship, still, when he got to the championship, we beat him. But can he get to the NFC Championship game? Yes, he can.
I'm just saying, he got there against Brady, too, and didn't make it.
Okay. Like I said, at least he's a playoff winning quarterback. You look at Dak, he's not a playoff winning quarterback. Carr's not a winning playoff quarterback. And there's a whole bunch of, at least they can win in the playoffs. That is the difference.
Yeah.
If Jimmy couldn't win in the playoffs, we're like, yeah, he can't win the playoffs. But at least Jimmy, you can say with Jimmy, you can win with Jimmy in the playoffs. It may not give you an elite numbers, but you can win in the playoffs with Jimmy.
See,
that's
Jimmy why I always say
I would take
when
Jimmy
quarterbacks start
over
winning,
Carr and Dak any day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Quarterbacks will never be the only tool used to win a championship, and that has already been proven down through the last 15 years.
No, it's been proven, but at the same time, you have to be able to win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can say that about Jimmy, but you need that extra element from Jimmy to win those games.
The extra element is you better have a damn good defense because that's who wins it every year. We got to go, though, Phil. We ran out of time. I'll see you Sunday. You in them 40-yard throws. Jimmy led the league.
Ronbo, you can throw.
Jimmy led the league in long throw connections. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We'll see you Sunday.
Ronbo, he's also the worst quarterback. He's the worst fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL too.
There you go.
What does that tell you?
One good stat, one bad stat. You could go on and on.
No, he has more than one bad stat.
He's got more than one good one too. Third down conversions. We could go on for hours. Maybe we got to go though now. You know how to do.
At the end of the day, the quarterback is Trey, and Jimmy's on the team for insurance. Just
there you go.
So it doesn't matter.
It don't.
Me, I'm
we're gonna get cut off, Emilio. Right, production's looking at us. Let me see you Sunday. All right, Phil.
You have a good night, sir. And everybody else out here.
You too. Night, Emilio.
Good night.
And Jack, come on in.
Ronbo!
Jack, we're anytime we have a conversation involving Jimmy, there's going to be trouble. Actually, it's been kind of civil tonight, though. There's been some lies told that have been debunked. I made sure they were. But Jack, listen, the thing is, what I really try to do, and it never ends up being the way. I was like, looking at Steve Young, some of his comments today about what's on the plate for Trey Lance and what he can expect, and can he get past some of the noise that's going to be thrown his way this year? Because perfection is something that most fans, for some reason, think is got to be the case. And if you're not perfect, then what the hell are you doing by being my quarterback? And damn it, I'm getting ready to say everything bad about you that I can. And can Trey weather that storm? Because it's going to be one. He's had 1 year of college football. Anybody thinks he's not going to come out there and struggle a little bit here and there is going to be in for a rude awakening. But Steve's already said, listen, get ready to man up. This is what you're going to be getting. We're letting you know in advance. Rise above, focus, concentrate on your game. Just get better, get better. You got Jimmy there to let you know, because he's already been through all of that. As soon as Jimmy walks off out of the facility, he can't go anywhere without people saying, there he is. He can't throw over 40 yards. Hey, when's the last time you threw a game without an interception? It goes on and on, right? But that's what you got to deal with as a quarterback, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think, we should have had this problem last year when, Kyle came out and said that he would share the ball between Jimmy and Trey. You never saw that.
In the beginning. And then Kyle. It's like Tony said, you got to blame Kyle for that too. Kyle came out there and said that. And then all of a sudden he says, I was just having problems trying to get a flow into the game, so I just decided to knock it off. What'd you say? What you going to do it for in the first place? You just now discovered that? God.
Yeah, Ronbo. Look, man, my thing is I just hope that Trey gets the same treatment as Jimmy got. Because last year, Trey was the third pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So with Jimmy playing the way how he did in the beginning of the season, we all were hollering. Probably the hollering was going to come with Trey, bring Trey in the game. So, I just hope that Kyle gives Trey as much leeway as he did with Jimmy last year. Because there was a point in last year where, the season was looking like, about to come to an end earlier,
Yeah, Jack, I have a feeling, though, it's going to be, as long as Trey can run the offense in not even perfect, just decent fashion, he's not going to blame. Well, as I say, if he does, Kyle's not going to hold him responsible. Because, like I always tell people, there are other factors involved in losing games besides the quarterback's play. We put especially in Kyle's system, if the quarterback is just doing his job in Kyle's system, that's all you can ask. If he's out there hurting the team more than he's helping it, that's when Kyle probably is going to make a decision. But otherwise, yeah, there's other guys out there doing
Rambo, Rambo, I hope you're not saying that to me to defend go out for Jimmy G.
No, I'm just saying for Trey, the same thing's going to apply to him as apply for Jimmy. If it's all about Jimmy, if it's all about Trey, then you got to spotlight him. If I got my defensive backs out there making mistakes or getting smoked, if I got my front line or offensive line is struggling, it's not going to help any to change the quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
No,
that's not the problem.
It's not going to help anything, but the quarterback he's the guy on the team, and we, first we were spoiled with all these great quarterbacks that came through a franchise. Now
we've had some bad ones too.
Can't land one.
Yeah,
we had some bad ones, but we do need better quarterback play, Ronbo. We gonna need better quarterback play.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Jimmy. Yeah, we're going to find out. I think, Trey can be exactly what Jimmy was, but since he can throw the ball outside the numbers and stretch the field, I think that might be the difference that we need right there. It's not that Trey might be all ready right now. I just think that throwing the ball on the outside of the numbers, throwing out the field, let those guys, let the other team don't stack that box. So I think that alone right there is going to make the game a little bit easier for Kyle to manage for the kids. So
now,
to me, it all boils down to
what you got to remember too, Kyle says he's not changing the offense. Here's the thing, and a lot of people make a mistake on, and also this is not a defense of Jimmy. This is Kyle. He's the one who designs that offense. Now, that's why when people are going after the QB, you need to call Kyle up on the phone and say, why did you run that play? That's what he runs, and people have been questioning that a lot. And that's why he makes the calls he makes, because he's looking at the defense and see where they're weakest at. If they've got good coverage on the edge, then there's really no point in running. The percentages go down when you keep challenging an area that's really strong, right? So Kyle's going to pick on a team where he thinks they're the weakest.
If Jimmy would play this year, I think Jimmy would get hurt, because I'm not a firm.
No offensive line. I know. I agree.
Whole line, right? Yeah. So I think Kyle is he's probably making a really good decision as far as that and, Trey stretching the field. But another thing is that, it's not none of that is really gonna matter, if we don't have our health. That's the main thing is you need our health, and the media is really gonna stir up a real good on us this year, because
Jack,
we got to be ready for it, and I hope that the faithful stay together, man, because they're going to try to divide us, and we're going to fall right into the plot, man. So we just got to know that, whatever we hear on the outside, what's going on the inside is not nearly as close. So we just got to, believe in.
Just try to relax and take it in for what it is.
Yeah, try to relax.
So.
Because the media, it's the NFL. They got to make it exciting. They got to sell stories. They got to sell the game. So you got to, you got to put fans on edge. Right. Just be happy that you're a Niner
and roll with it. All right, Jack. I got to stop you there because
I know I got to go, Rambo. Take me out, Rambo.
Quick tonight. All right. I'm sorry, Jack.
Yeah, it is, Rambo. Oh. Take me out, Rambo.
Oh yeah, we got it. Niner. Jack, see you Sunday.
Bang, bang, bang.
Gang. Yeah. Hey, Liam.
Ronbo.
Liam. Come on in, Liam.
Ronbo.
Yes, I can hear you.
Stop.
I can hear you. Yeah, we're just sitting here going over some of the things that Steve Young said. And Steve says a lot of things. Yep. One thing Steve could do is get into, he gets really long-winded. But some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff was right on target, I thought. And I says, a lot of people are expecting probably more than they're going to get from Trey Lance. But Steve's already said, set the table. Listen, you got to let him be this, let him do that, let him go through this, let him go through that. He's got Jimmy to lean on. Jimmy's not going to be toxic. He's not going to be a guy that's going to say, get out of here, I need that job, or anything like that. So, it's interesting to see where this is going before we even get in the car, Liam. And I can't wait to take this drive just to see what it's going to be like. Still, Liam, but the hostility is still something I'm having trouble with. I have learned to stop fighting with people, and now I want to know exactly what the hell is it?
Yep. What is happening, Ronbo?
I guess
we don't know yet.
Yeah.
We will find out.
Yeah.
But you know what we do know?
In
the NFL, 34% of drives end with a touchdown or a field goal, on average. When a drive has a sack, that drops to 4%. 4% of drives where there is a sack end with a touchdown or a field goal. So, while Trey seems to be a combination of hesitant and potentially some good decision-making, we'll give him some credit, say he has some good decision making. Like in his last start, he threw about, I forget, it was somewhere between 10 to 20 passes, no picks, but sacked 2.5 times. Now, we talked about the O-line, but one of the reasons we have Trey on paper is that he's supposed to be elusive, feel the pocket, move. He's going to have to overcome that if he's going to last. It's probably the biggest problem right now, if I had to guess. So I really want him to pan out. I'm really pleased that Jimmy G is there. And I'm really, I don't want to jinx Trey. Like, I don't want to put bad vibes or bad energies out there,
Mm-hmm.
It's just that what I've seen so far, I don't want to be negative, like on the on the positive side of things. Yeah, as I mentioned, he's got good decision making. I think he has a good, quick first move. But I think right now it's just because he's having a hard time keeping his feet settled. He's kind of nervous. He's just sort of a lot of shuffling. But he's got potential. That's another upside. He seems to be handling himself in a pretty cool, collected manner, which I think is not easy, not at all. And I think that's demonstrating some
maturity,
something quite positive about his character.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, we're just going to have to see. Does he have the speed? Can he deliver the football accurately? Is he going to have the fundamental mechanics? Like, is he going to shake his hesitancy? Can he run the football a little bit more than Jimmy and manage not to get hurt? A lot of this stuff is like sort of, every player, we hope that, I get it. But right now he reminds me of Jordan Love. And it almost looks like he has the body of a kicker. So I hope to God he pans out. And but he's got to overcome the sack problem, because if he's not throwing picks, like, that's fine. But you kill drives when you get sacked. And if he's got the speed that he's supposed to have, then feel the pocket, figure it out, and start turning those sacks into 4-yard gains. And I guess that's all I've got for now, Ronbo.
And you know something, we can look forward to a game plan that's probably because Kyle for all his weirdities, he's gonna create things that are going to benefit us from Trey's strengths, is my guess, and we're probably going to see something is going to surprise us at least a few occasions, even against Chicago. Because Kyle doesn't want to lose. He can't fail, Liam. The man will be in hot water. He picked Trey Lance, giving rid of all
okay
kind
to
of
fail. I mean, it's life.
It is, but you've got a Super Bowl ready team. You notice how that phrase keeps continually popping up.
Yeah, but they won't fail.
Man, they better not.
Because either Trey's going to pan out, or Jimmy's going to take over, and we're going deep either way.
And
we're going to get a whole season of Elijah Mitchell as HB number 1, and I think that is a very good thing.
If we get a whole season of Elijah Mitchell, Liam said that before the season started, and I'll be going. It's true, because Liam, I worry about Elijah Mitchell. He's been out already, and we haven't even started the season yet. I just hope he can endure. But we got a couple of big guys out there that can take some of the load off of him. But he's he's really worrisome.
Well, I really think Aaron Banks is going to benefit from Trent Williams. I know I said this a little bit last time, and I know there's just a lot of concern about the O-line, and that plays into Mitchell, that plays into Lance, Debo, everything really. I just think that they will just work it out together. Like they'll be tag teaming, and Banks will learn a lot. Like you're learning from the best there is, the best there almost ever was.
Yeah.
So
he's proved that in Madden. Liam, we got to stop though. I tell you what, I'll see you Sunday, and always looking forward to your input.
Do you watch college football at all?
No, I never. My day is already loaded up enough. I can't find a place on my plate to watch college football. But I love taking in the information from everybody who does. So, Show is my college football guru. You watch college football
tomorrow?
That's right.
Yeah,
See,
big Notre Dame fan.
There you go. All right.
Very exciting.
All right, Leah, we'll enjoy that game. I'll see you Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Let me
They're
know if you see
playing
the
the
prospects.
Buckeyes. Huge game.
All right. See if you see the offensive lineman we can draft. All right. All right, man.
Yeah, let's go for it. All right. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you.
Later.
Mr. Blockeye says it's all about my old line. We're all saying that, and the chemistry of my offense. It's Trey's call behind center now, but he's got to understand. Don't worry about QB2 play now. Yeah, well, no, he's that. And also, Mr. Blockeye, we all need to remember these guys are not rivals out there. They're friends. It's not. It's like somebody else said. Jimmy he just wants to get out. Trey's your team, man. I'm just here to help you out if need be. But it's all yours. I'm out of here next year, so we'll hang out, and that's it. Because this is a guy said before the season started, I wouldn't wish that situation on anybody, but he did anyway. He came back. Jimmy's a nice guy. I really like that guy. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we're sitting there talking about this situation. I was looking at some of the things that Steve Young said. Boy, he told the gospel truth. He was Reverend Steve today, telling everybody what's up with that quarterback situation, what Trey needs to get ready for, what Jimmy has done, and what his role he's going to play, and everything he said. I already knew is coming, but And also, I was trying to understand some of the anger that's still going around with 49er fans around Jimmy. I wonder if he was not still in town, would people be a little less loud with displaying that rage? But Charles, because I know you're not, for sure, not a Jimmy fan. Charles, are you okay with Jimmy sitting on the bench even?
Man, I don't want Jimmy any part of this organization no more. That's how I feel about Jimmy G. I think he's had his time and he's done his damage. He's limited according to what he does. What he does, and I've seen the worst from him, and I don't want to see it no more.
Charles, do you believe though that of the last 2 out of 3 years we would have been in the Super Bowl or near the Super Bowl without him? I mean, do you have absolutely zero appreciation for Jimmy Garoppolo as he was with us?
The thing that Jimmy did, 2 years ago when we beat the Green Bay Packers, and I think it was 2019 in the NFC Championship game. The person that took over that game was Mostert. Jimmy, he was.
Okay, and I always ask people this question when they go to that game, because that's usually everybody's go-to game that doesn't really like him. What would you have had Jimmy to do?
Yeah, but he was. If we would have kept the ball in his hand, he would have ended up throwing it an interception.
Okay, but Charles, why would you do that? I mean, Mostert set an all-time record. I just want to understand the thinking as, what would you have Jimmy to do? Kyle's calling the play. He's killing this team, and that's what he does. He attacks the team's weakest point. He's killing this team with the run. Now, if that wasn't working, he would have put the ball back in Jimmy's hands, I'm sure. But as it was, over 200 yards running against that team. Why does Jimmy – and those of you who do believe, why did Jimmy need to throw the ball more? Is that to appease you? What was that for?
The situation that was going on in the first quarter, Jimmy, I think Jimmy threw a pick, or he was messing up really bad. So Kyle Shanahan took the matters out of his hand, and so he didn't have him throw the ball at all. They just he said, look, I got an excellent run game. I got a really good offensive line. Mostert, all I got to do is get Mostert. All I got to do is get him out on the edges.
Okay. I need to go back and look at that game. That game seemed like Mostert from beginning to end.
No, but go back.
If you think Jimmy starts screwing up right from the top, and then that's why they said let's just give the ball to Mostert. Okay, well, at any rate, it worked really well, and it worked well. It actually was the best in history. So that's what I'm saying. People like to point at that one game as if that was totally defining of Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's what I'm saying. That's a little harsh.
Ronbo, I'm gonna say this. This is Jimmy G is that cousin that come over your house when you're a little kid, that wets the bed, and wets your bed at the most inopportune time. You love the kid, you love your cousin because he's your cousin.
Yeah. But you don't appreciate
everything together.
His behavior.
But you don't appreciate the pick. You don't appreciate when he gets fluttered. Right. When he loses, when he can't handle the mental pressure, when he can't make the right decision.
Okay, Charles, I got it. Listen, here's the thing. Now, you got a new quarterback, and he is going to be on the field most of the time. Now, what are your expectations now? A lot of people think that he's just coming and blow up the world this year. Are you of that same mindset?
Look, if this is what I feel like with Trey Lance. If the offensive line can give him time to throw the ball, he will slice the majority of defenses up. I'm not saying every defense, because some defenses are better than others, but I believe this kid can really play. But we have to give him time. And if the offensive line is hot garbage, then he's not going to play his best. So everybody's gauging this kid.
Now the problem with this, Charles, is you're already allocating reasons why for failure. Now, will this be acceptable to you? Are you ready to blame the offensive line? If he does have difficulties, are you going to totally put it on the offensive line? This is why I always wonder.
The offensive line is garbage.
Okay, so it's pretty much established already. We all know that. True. Know that. But these are some of the reasons why I say Garoppolo's played with a bad offensive line before, and we still managed to win the game. Now, granted, he didn't do it all by himself, but Kyle Shanahan's offense is not designed for the quarterback to do all the heavy lifting anyway. So now, I suspect we're going to be doing a lot of play action and a lot of things like that to take the pressure.
We've never had an offensive line within the past 5 years. We've never had an offensive line this bad. We've never had one as bad.
In 2017, the offensive line was worse than this one.
Well, who was on that offensive line?
Remember Trent Brown left due to he had some kind of injury.
Trent Brown.
God, some of the guys and the names we had on that team.
Of course, we had Staley.
Staley,
he's
in 2017. Yeah, that was about the best offensive line we had. And then we had a few no-name people. But Jimmy Garoppolo, the reason why he succeeded in that 5-game run that he had is getting rid of the ball quick. A lot of people don't really appreciate that skill, but that helps when you have a bad offensive line. And this is what we got to hope for now. You've got a downfield speed threat, and it may be the case.
But it was at the end of the year, and It was at the end of the year,
and teams didn't care anymore, right? I've heard that.
Teams didn't really care. Nobody was looking. That's why.
Charles, you ever played? We got to go though, Charles. Have you ever played football?
Yeah.
Did you ever play a game and you didn't care? Anyway, I can't get behind that either. But anyway, I understand it and I've heard it. But Charles, we ran out of time. I don't know why the time clock is faster tonight than ever. Charles, let me see you Sunday. All right.
All right. Well, hey, love you, Ronbo. Thanks for what you do,
back
man.
At you, fam. Thanks, fam.
Have a good
Looking
night.
forward to Sunday. Bring it back. All right.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Good night. Yo, Howard. Roof.
What's happening?
Howard, you man. You catch Steve Young. I read off some of the things he was saying today, and Steve's right on point. And Howard, some of the things that are brewing for us this year, did Young pretty much say what's going to happen, like the strength within you're going to need as a quarterback to endure some of the things that he related to back when he was dealing with Montana, which I'm now finding out that somebody told me that Montana did not hate Steve Young. I thought he did, but yeah, now I found out Phil was there. Phil was there live in person, and that story about the photograph signing, whoa, that's deep hatred. But Howard, I know you like Trey a lot, and most people don't really care for Jimmy too much. But is Jimmy bothering you sitting on that bench?
He doesn't bother me. He don't bother me one.
He ain't sitting in your house. I mean, I'm talking about on the 49er
bench. I'll tell you one thing. I know all the Jimmy and the Bottle fans love him though, so that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's a good
something wrong with the sound.
I apologize. My fault. You hear me now?
A little better. Okay, the whistling sound's gone. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, he's a good backup, man. Like like you said, it's better to have him right now at this very point as a business move than to just cut him outright and get nothing for him for return. So that's how I see it. It's a business thing. I'm not tripping over it. Like I said, if anything happens with Trey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If he plays up and down, whatever, let it happen. Let it happen. That's it. Don't even put Jimmy in. We 4-6. Okay, let him get through the fire. I'm sorry. That's how I see it. If he struggles, he struggles.
How would you know though if the 49ers do have to get to the playoffs at least this year? What point do you think they'd be out of it? Mathematically, the 49ers are going to be looking at those numbers. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. Kyle and John are under pressure. They made this move, and they can't wait for Trey to catch up. You know what I mean? So if they go to have a tired losing season, they wouldn't have got Jimmy. I don't know that this is going to be something that I figure the only reason you get Jimmy, you either don't. You do care about the outcome, and you're not going to let Trey just go 4-13. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I got a feeling, why would you give Jimmy all those incentives? Why would you talk him into coming back to the team unless you don't care about what happens this year with the quarterback situation?
See, I think deep down they do care. Basically for Trey, you know what I'm saying? Because like the kid needs reps, man. Like as hard as it is for some fans to understand this, if you do not play actively, like Trey hasn't been doing for 2 years consistently.
More than that, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, more than that. It's not gonna things take time to gel. You can't just expect him to be like, oh yeah, here we go, boom. If he does, he starts clicking on all cylinders from the get-go, then great. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got something going.
Yeah.
But yeah. I love this is why Steve Young is my favorite 49er of all time. He just speaks how it is, you know what I'm saying? He understands what Trey's gotta go through. You know what I'm saying? He understands what Jimmy's going through. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Steve Young. You know what I'm saying? He at least invests time in trying to help the 49ers. Unlike Joe. No shade thrown at Joe.
I think Joe's still maybe a little bitter about what took place.
He is. He is, bro. I swear he is. It's like he sees Jimmy Garoppolo in him. I don't know why. It's just like, oh God, Trey Lance is Steve Young, Jimmy is me. Damn it. It's happening all over again.
It's interesting. Brett Favre feels the same way.
Yeah. He saw it. He saw it coming.
There's a third quarterback involved here, too. Oh, yeah, the Rams Hall of Fame quarterback feels the same way. It's kind of interesting, huh? But, yeah.
It's
right.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Steve's been in that situation where Trey's been, and so he can relate. Interesting, for sure.
Yeah, he's the perfect guy to listen to because he's been there. You know what I'm saying? Steve had to earn it the hard way as well, you know? He had to earn the locker room. He had to earn the fan base. And I'm sure there was times the fans were chanting for Joe whenever Steve missed a pass or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be that way this year. You know, as bad as some people think Jimmy Garoppolo is, if Trey makes a mistake, they're going to call for Jimmy. That's where Jimmy's going to have to do a part to quell that hostility. You know, I don't know what he could do because Jimmy doesn't go on social media or anything like that. He does do press conferences, though. Maybe he'll say something. Because Jimmy's genuinely, that's a wholesome dude. There's not a mean bone in his body.
I don't think he has a mean bone either. It's just, you know, he's just doing what's best for him, and I respect it, you know. But at the end of the day, the Niners got to do what's best for the Niners, and I think moving forward with Trey, no matter what, if you make the playoffs or not, you know what I'm saying, make the right decision, because guess what? He should have been playing last year, in my opinion.
Maybe.
And he would have came along, and he could have came along this year, and who knows, this year he could have been playing at a Pro Bowl level, maybe.
It is what it
I'm
is.
just guessing.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. You may be right. And the thing is, though, as long as they keep calling that a Super Bowl ready team, the pressure is on.
It's gonna keep on. Yes, that's the tough thing, you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully things go great, you know, for all our sakes and Trey's sakes.
They need to win, especially him. He'll 22 though. All right, how are we gonna roll?
I don't believe. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I know you love Jimmy, and I love you too, bro. I know you love Jimmy, but I lost my faith with him.
Yeah, he
had his chance to do what he had to do, and I don't know. He just I don't know. Postseason just doesn't. He doesn't elevate himself.
Not to worry. He's out. Trey's in. Let's see what
happens.
You know what I
mean?
Yeah.
So I hope his smile helps everybody though.
All right. All right, fam. We gotta roll. All right, Luis, I'll see you Sunday. All right. And,
hey, Ronbo.
Let's see what comes up next.
Hey, Ronbo. One more question.
Quick.
Who do you think Jimmy will play best for? Superman.
Oh my God. Okay, Howard, we gotta go. My production's losing it. Okay, Howard, I'm sorry. I'll bring that question back Sunday, will you? Okay. All right, fam. Roof. Night, Howard. Oh my God. Ellis. Guys, please, if I say we're done, please, because I'm really getting it. Okay. Ellis. Okay, come back to Ellison. Yo, Trey from VA, one of the founding members of TNT. Trey, get in here.
Yo, Ronbo, let Ellis have it. He just came in.
Ellis said, okay. All right, Ellis.
I'll come in next.
Okay. Yeah. Ellis.
Yeah.
Ellis, come on in, fam. All right. Subject matter tonight, Steve Young.
Shout out Trey from VA.
There you go. Steve Young has spoken today and put out a lot of provocative stuff, a lot of accurate stuff, and a lot of food for thought. Dallas, you're knowing that Trey's going to go through a lot of trauma this year. Is he going to be able to weather that storm? Is Steve right? And also, this thing about the fans being bothered with Jimmy being hanging around, if Trey has a problem with that, and he clearly has made it clear he doesn't, why do fans have such a problem with that?
Well, it's just, they feel like it's probably an interference with the transition, and like he's still lingering, he's still there, it's leaving the door cracked for Jimmy Garoppolo, probably a little bit in their minds of certain, fans and stuff like that. And they're those that are, upset with it, just looking to see, Trey get a clean slate and be able to come in and let him, get the reins of the team. With Jimmy still being there, there's going to be, because there's the other side of that coin where, there's people that are talking about maybe that aren't as confident or feeling like Trey's the guy that are saying, Jimmy could come back in and, once he gets back in there, he could take the reins, and then Trey would have to sit on the bench for, the remainder of the season if Jimmy, is successful. If there was indeed a situation where he comes in, for whatever reason, whether it's injury-based or if Trey's, not performing up to a certain standard or whatever. So it's going to be this, one side feeling this way, one side feeling the other. Mm-hmm. I think the best thing about it all is that the fact that there's a mutual respect between Jimmy and, Trey. Trey's a young sponge, and he's not arrogant. He's not, being, he's not carrying that arrogance that he indeed could, or as other players maybe would, and keep a barrier up versus being, welcoming Jimmy's experience, his knowledge of, in-game situations and all kind of stuff like that, and, continuing to build, he's remaining humble in that sense. And I think it's just, it's a test to his maturity and the potential, the great potential that he has of being just a listener and being able to, take that, without getting, just getting, feeling like there's some kind of tension between him and Jimmy, and he can't just sit back and take that, that coaching from him, that experience, those different in-game situations. He's going to need that. I mean, Kyle's not going to be able to give it to him. And I feel like, it's what better person than to have somebody who's done it for a while in our system, and it being Jimmy. I mean, I wasn't thrilled, but I'm not sickened by this, by Jimmy still being on the team. I'm not going to get into that because I think that's
because you played ball. See, that's why I'm in Jimmy's camp, I'm in Trey's camp, has nothing to do with what we're looking for this team. Like you just mentioned, it's a benefit. If Jimmy comes in and we still win the trophy, for maybe Trey got hurt or whatever happens, I don't think everybody will celebrate that. If we should get all the way to the Super Bowl and it's not Trey holding the trophy up, you have fans that are going to go probably go charging in the streets in protest. So I'm trying to understand how we arrived at this. If Trey wins the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be celebrating my ass off. So I'm trying to understand. Yeah. How do you be a fan? Are you a fan of the player or the team? And I guess that question gets asked a lot by others to others. So it's kind of bizarre. I don't know.
And if you look at it, Ronbo, there's a couple of great quarterbacks who took a few years. Joe Montana had to sit for like 2 or 3 years before he actually got to play. You see Aaron Rodgers sitting, with Brett Favre. There's been a lot of great quarterbacks that have come into this league that started out sitting out, watching, being a sponge and being studious and being okay with that. Because at the end of the day, you can learn on the job, but you can also learn a great deal by watching and seeing in-game action, and you can apply those things, and, it's all muscle memory. So I think, things could, I'm not looking for anything to go negatively, but if it perhaps does, it's not like it's the end and it's over with. I don't think Kyle's going to, I don't think Kyle's going to pull any kind of shit like that, honestly, do that to Trey. That would be unfair for him to just remove Trey. And then, look, we're looking for another quarterback next year. I mean, we have a really solid, I think, quarterbacking room. The greatest in the NFL. When I see all the other the backups, and I mean, look at Seattle. They just got Trey. Was it Simeon or Minion or Mannion or whoever the hell that quarterback was?
Oh, did they?
They just got from the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, hey,
yeah.
Ellis,
So I mean, look.
It's
look
a
who
subject
they
for
got.
another day.
I
But I
mean,
guarantee you, Kyle's going to draft another quarterback next year. He does this every year.
Yeah,
we just haven't been paying close
let's talk
attention.
about Seattle's quarterbacking room soon. That'll be great. Let's have a show where we just shit on their quarterbacking room for a little while.
Trey, Ellis, we got to go though, because
it's all good.
Production's got hair trigger tonight, boy. Not 1 second over.
Yeah,
so let me see you Sunday,
it's
okay?
All good. yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother Ronbo. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, man. Everything's gonna be good, y'all. It's gonna look real good. We got some money to move around and do some things here. So this team, we're gonna be the one holding it up at the end of the year. So y'all just get ready for that, man.
Thanks, fam. Shout out to the squad. See you Sunday.
Peace and love.
All right, Trey. Are we go to Trey? Okay. Hey, yo, Levi.
What's up?
Levi, I lost you. Can you hear me? Levi. Yeah, I heard you for a split second, Levi. I hope it's not my system.
Okay, you hear me now?
Okay. Levi, come on in, man. And you may be aware of the subject matter tonight if you've been listening. Otherwise, Levi, your feeling on that?
Yeah, I heard your feeling on that. Well, no, actually, I got one thing to say before we talk about I know I missed him earlier when you made that surprise thing that I should have saw coming. But how do you feel about the 49ers bringing back your favorite wide receiver?
Wait a minute. My favorite wide receiver, Dante Pettis?
No, the one that you was mad about for a preseason game.
Willie Snead. Hey, you know what? I talked about this the other day. I said, you know what? They brought Willie Snead back. Willie's on the practice squad, though. He can't hurt us.
I don't know, man. Sometimes the wide receivers come off the
I know, right?
Be called up.
How many? Hey, as a matter of fact, how many wide receivers did we bring back and put back on the squad besides Willie? Is he the only one?
I think Turner came back too.
Oh, Malik. Okay.
Yeah, Malik Turner. I think I heard he was back too.
So Levi, I'm going to put him in order right now. Okay, if anything goes wrong, Malik, you're going to be the first guy we're going to call. Willie, you'll be subsequently we'll go in that order. Okay, just to let you know if that should happen. Willie, man, that pass right to him. Nobody standing near him, and he did that. Wow. We didn't have to have a zero. Levi, when was the last time we had a zero in preseason? Oh no.
Yeah, it's preseason though, Ronbo. Come on.
It's still
not
zero.
about preseason game.
At least 3. Give me 3 points. At least.
Yeah.
Zip.
It's okay, Ronbo. It's okay. As long as it's not a regular season.
Until you brought it up, I was fine. Yeah.
I know. I know I'm playing devil's advocate. Here's another thing, Ronbo. Yeah. I was pondering if I should say this, and I probably won't. But I think I know the real problem with Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay. I wish I could just private you with it. I don't really want to put it out there because it could be like a legitimate reason. People say, oh, yeah, now I got it. Because I feel like a lot of hatred for Jimmy is stuff they heard in the media because a lot of stuff I heard in the media, a lot of people regurgitating. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't do that in the Packers game. They ran the ball. If he was a good quarterback, they would have threw more passes in there or something. But
don't forget he's been ghosting people too. Don't forget about that one. That made real people. That made everybody mad.
I mean, yeah, that's fine stuff. I did have a thing because I felt it, but this ain't the place I want to leave it because people already got crazy reasons for hating Jimmy. I don't want to give them an actual legit
reason for it.
That's the thing. It did bother me about Jimmy. So just know that there's a reason to question Jimmy Garoppolo, especially in the postseason. But now I'm going to talk about, I'm glad Jimmy's back, obviously. I
I don't know why people are too mad. Well, I do know people like to, be dramatic and stuff. So it's fun. It's part of the game. I don't know if they're 100% serious. Maybe they are.
No, they are.
Get caught in the emotions of the game. So it's a hype thing to do. But I'm happy that Jimmy's back. I like Jimmy. And as long as everybody that has, I don't know why people are so negative. I thought people were supposed to be positive about Trey Lance. He's going to go out there. He's going to play well enough to win. And if he wins like the first couple of games, it's not going to divide anybody. It doesn't matter what the media says. All Trey Lance got to do is win maybe the first 3 or 4 games. You win the first 3 or 4 games, it's going to make everybody, most people, some people that love the drama, they're going to jump on it anyway. They're waiting for it. But the majority of people, they're not going to call for Jimmy.
Though, I
just
tell you what,
first couple of games.
If we run the ball too much, though, they still going to give Trey credit. So that's what we do. Win or not, the quarterback better be the main focus of the offense. Otherwise, we hate him.
Well, that's also what the media says. It's all about the quarterback play. You quarterback. That's all they say. It's the most valuable position. It's like almost the only position right. You don't get it right, you lose.
Yeah.
That's why everybody else internalizes that, and if your quarterback don't look like he can do it.
That's
but
why
for me,
if
Ronbo,
I
all I care
played for
about
Kyle
winning. I don't care.
and had another job, I'd come out there. All right, Rumble, what are you going to do? I'm going to hand the ball off on this play. All right, Rumble, let's go left, right with that handoff. Kyle, you know what? I'm throwing the ball, whether you like it or not. I'd be off the team, but still. And I keep wondering why. If Kyle calls for a run play, which is what his offense is pretty much based off of, why attack the quarterback? This is a rationale I'll never be able to actually comprehend. Levi, Levi, we lost you. Levi, we ran out of time too, because I'm getting a lot of about not being.
All right, Ronbo. Well, have a good day. I don't want no production yell at you.
I know, right? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a great 49ers day.
You too, fam. See you Sunday. And hey, Bill.
Ronbo.
Call him Dallas Bill.
I'm gonna make this clear to all the clowns out there. Let's step back to 2019. I've been waiting. Let's take Jimmy Garoppolo out of the equation. In 2019, we make the Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and put Blaine Gabbert as quarterback. The quarterback, I think that was before Jimmy. Am I not correct?
No, you're talking about the other blonde, not Gabbert. Beathard. C.J.
Beathard. All right, let's go back to week 1 where we won 31-17. Let's reverse that. That goes to Tampa. That's a victory for the Bucks. Okay, let me go back. You're going to say I'm crazy, but no. And I'll get to my point in a minute. Take Jimmy out and put that quarterback, whether it's Beathard or Galbert, whoever we got other than Jimmy. We lose that game. The Bengals, they were trash. We'll win that. Pittsburgh, we lose that game. We won 24-20. We lose that game. All right. Browns, we win that game. Rams, we own them. I'll say we win that game. The Commanders, we won 9-0. We lose that game. Panthers, we're going to lose that game. All right. Arizona, we won 28-25. We lose that game. All right. We beat Arizona 36-26. We lose that game. We might beat the Packers. We definitely lost against the Ravens. And the Saints, out of all the games he balled out, we lose that game. So I don't even need to go any further. We don't even make the playoffs. We don't even go to the Super Bowl. Shut up with that, people. Let me make this thing. It's one-dimensional. When all you got is a running game and no passing game, all you got to do is shut the run game down. Game over. Any questions?
I've always those are things I've always known that nobody wants to hear. It was refreshing.
No, I just
to hear you say that.
Facts here. Yeah, facts. Okay, so I don't want to hear. No, I don't want Jimmy here. He did this stuff. Okay, all right. He got injured. I think if Trey got hurt and Jimmy took over, he's going to ball out. We're going to have the 2017 Jimmy back. So get ready for a Super Bowl victory. Zip it. If Jimmy wins the Super Bowl under his quarterback, I don't want to hear it. If Trey wins it, that's cool. Either or, Jimmy played a big part in keeping us relevant. Thank you, Jimmy. Even though you didn't beat the Rams, I was mad about it. I was angry. Yeah. He could have did more act out, but you know, they were just too crazy at that time. But that's just a one and done team, okay? Yeah. Let's not get this twisted. We own the Rams. All right, marketing is slow. I've seen your Cardinals after I got off last time. We own you. So we're gonna own you again. Okay, you ain't got Odell. That's the only thing that kept you alive. Take Odell out of the equation, we beat you in the NFC Championship. Facts. Yeah. So, I don't need to speak anymore on that. And then for the Cowboys, Cowgirls, get over yourself. You ain't going anywhere. I know you're heartbroken when you see me walk around with my 9 gear and you just sit there and fantasize you're going somewhere. You never could be us. You'll never be us. And you're never going to – you won't see a Super Bowl victory in the next 40 years. And I did have the name of your last living cheerleader. I'll have to get that next time I get on. I think she's like 50-something years old. So I'll give you that name, Dallas Cowboys, your last living cheerleader when you won the Super Bowl. So keep coming on here trying to clown. I got a bunch of jokes for you. Don't go there. And she looks really old, too. Oh, my gosh. It's like she's 90 years old.
Bill, you got to turn some of that wonderful venom on the Rams. The Rams are the ones right now that are the most pain in the butt. They're still hanging out. We got to put up with this a couple more weeks. But, my God, it's been ridiculous all offseason long. Well, some of the ridiculous things
Ronbo,
they're saying. God.
Let them run. But it's for those clowns that run the circus show. And the marketing is slow, circus production. Let me make this clear. Don't hide when you get slapped back to reality and realize that you were a one-and-done team. Don't hide. I want you back here. I want the clown on you. Do you understand? I want to enjoy you. I even got your special song for you that cannot be considered as a copyright because it's been around since the 1800s and no one's laid claim to it. I'll play that song just for you next time. Marketing slow and all you clowns and the Rams production. Your intro song when you come out. I got your intro song. I have that.
Please, Bill, I can't wait to hear it. We're going to go now, and we'll see you Sunday for that song.
Give me a Niner shout out, and please, for all the moms out there, don't let your kids grow up to be Cowboys. Go on.
Big Bill. Night, Bill.
Later.
And well, it's a big show. Come on in, fam.
You know, I love how people can come on here and misconstrue things about players and get away with it. But God forbid, should you or I do it, the chat lights up and Twitter lights up like a Christmas tree. Everyone seems to love to screen record our calls and call us out on, God forbid, should we tell a little fib about something or criticize someone that they think so highly of that they know nothing about right now. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, Ronbo, if you were to ask Kyle Shannon on here, can Jimmy Garoppolo throw 40 yards? He would absolutely say yes. So that's a total myth, a lie, and a complete bullshit. If you think that Jimmy Garoppolo can't throw beyond 40 yards, where were you getting this from? Was that ball to Emmanuel Sanders not beyond 40 yards? Ronbo, if you had Danny Gray, or if you had a 4-3 guy that actually had hands and can keep up with that ball, we would have won that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And I got plenty of time to stand in the pocket and let that play develop.
And Emilio and those, and Emilio and those who don't believe Jimmy Garoppolo can throw beyond 40 yards would have shut up and sung Jimmy Garoppolo's praises on here and not criticize him about throwing the deep ball. And FYI, Ronbo, is it Kyle Shanahan's offense that limits quarterbacks, or is it the quarterbacks that are limited? Because I tend to believe that Kyle Shanahan runs the West Coast offense, and the West Coast offense doesn't require quarterbacks to throw deep all the time.
Yeah, on occasion. It's not a regular thing. And it's throwing out the numbers and everything. My problem is people think that makes all the difference in the world in play. If your offense is working one way, that's the reason Kyle runs the offense he runs. It's effective.
This is exactly why we ran the ball down Minnesota's throat. People think, oh, Jimmy Garoppolo is limited. He didn't throw a single pass in that game.
Yeah.
The world's ending. Oh, my God. He can't throw the ball.
And Green Bay, why do I need a pass? George Kittle's running the sideline. Let's just keep that ball on the ground. Well, yeah, it's working. We don't need the quarterback to throw the ball just to be throwing the ball.
And I keep saying this. I keep sounding like a broken record, but these people are in for a rude awakening if they think Trey is going to be elusive in Kyle Shanahan's offense. And what have we learned when we brought quarterbacks here? That Kyle Shanahan has hand-selected himself. He likes to control them.
Yeah.
He doesn't like them to move outside the pocket. He doesn't like them to.
Yeah, he does. He used to. But you know what? I see a lot of RPO coming. Every team in the league knows how to deal with the RPO. I'm a little worried about that. And if Trey's going to be running the ball a lot, it's no wonder they wanted Jimmy to come back. He's going to get hurt. You can almost see it, feel it. Maybe he was.
And I don't know about you, Ronbo, but I have a little bit of quarterback conversation fatigue. I'm actually, quite frankly, tired of this conversation. I think we all can agree that Kyle and Shanahan and John Lynch are dumbasses for not evaluating quarterbacks back in 2017. Even John Lynch has said that it haunts him every night that he didn't evaluate Patrick Mahomes and drafted Patrick Mahomes when he had a chance to, which we should have done in 2017. Or Kyle Shanahan should have done something a lot harder than sit around and wait for Kirk Cousins. He should have made more effort than just sitting around and waiting to get Kirk Cousins if he wanted him that bad, or have John facilitate that trade because the Snyders don't have a great relationship with the Shanahan.
I mean, they hate him.
You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be in the situation right now that we're in. I'm eating each other alive, infighting all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, this trade is beyond ridiculous, in my opinion. I think we should have stood pat at 12, either drafted Mac Jones or signed a quarterback like Stafford, or drafted a right tackle, which we desperately needed. And isn't it amazing that people are already setting up the excuses if Trey Lance were to fail this year?
Yeah.
They're already blaming the offensive line when this is the same offensive line minus the center and right guard spot that Jimmy Garoppolo's had since 2019. And this offensive line pretty much took us to the Super Bowl in 2019 and to the NSDC game in 2021. 2021. I mean, like, you know?
You know what, though? There's going to be problems with that offensive line. I'm scared to death. I really don't know how that's going to work out. Kyle seems to be trying to remain calm, but he's already let it be said. He is concerned, and now I'm really scared. Oh, my.
And really quickly before I go, there are a couple of centers actually out there. One by the Notre Dame. I'm a Notre Dame fan as well. My uncle graduated from there. Jarrett Patterson, he's the fourth best interior blocking offensive lineman in the country, according to BFF. He's a center for Notre Dame. And also John Schmitz out of Minnesota. He is a really good interior offensive lineman as well. He's a center as well. He's like 6'4", 320, and Jarrett Patterson is 310, 6'1".
There he goes. If Show recommends them, you can believe they're probably as good or better than you can imagine. Show.
And I have no doubt. And Ronbo, I agree with you. I have no doubt we're drafting another quarterback next year.
Oh yeah. Every year.
Look out for that dude and the quarterback out of Florida, University of Florida. So.
All right, Joe. Well, let's see you setting and
Great night.
Good stuff. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right.
And Deshaun, I haven't seen Deshaun in forever. Hey, Deshaun, how you doing, fam? Thanks for that contribution. He says, "What's up? Jimmy G is better off starting quarterback." Oh yeah. I don't know, Deshaun. Trey's got it. They just gave up too much. No matter what, Trey has got to be QB1 right now. He's got to. And he needs to succeed. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, what's shaking, Ronbo? How
Casey,
are you?
Us, because of that offensive line, I'm trembling. And Casey, I just mentioned it too. I'm really concerned because Kyle was all pretty flippant in the beginning about that offensive line. I have full faith in that offensive line. He stopped saying that. And he finally says, we do have some concerns. Okay, Kyle, see, I knew it. You know that offensive line is worrisome. If Mike McGlinchey doesn't play, my God, what are you going to do? Anyway, Casey.
Sounds like Kyle's on the come down, huh?
Yeah. I just, man. Anyway, I'd rather tell me the truth than make me think otherwise. So.
Ronbo, I'm not really here to talk about that tonight. I'm at a friend's house and they're sleeping, so I gotta keep it quiet right now. But I would just like to spend a minute or two, if you don't mind me tangenting off.
Go ahead.
About something. We got something special on our hands here, Ronbo. We have the recipe for a Super Bowl winning team.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw this, but 9 Lives himself, Dante Johnson, is back on the roster.
Yes, indeed.
I think this is a sign.
Yes.
I think this is a sign from God himself, Ronbo, that the 49ers are going to win Dante Johnson in his 15th contract with the San Francisco 49ers, a Super Bowl. Ronbo, this man he's had literally like 19 contracts in the NFL. Did you know that he was on 4 other teams in between the 49ers from 2017 and 2019? I didn't even know this until today. He was on 4 other teams, Ronbo. He was on the Cardinals, the Chargers.
Yep.
I forget the other 2 teams. It doesn't matter. But this guy has made over $7 million on 15 or 19 contracts. It's just
and people
there
make
needs
jokes
to be a
about
documentary about Dante Johnson, Ronbo. I want to see a football life documentary on Dante Johnson, and I think
it's going to happen
with Trent Williams, Nick Bosa, and people like Dante Johnson and Jeff Wilson Jr. This team is just destined to win the Super Bowl. As long as Jeff doesn't need a salad or anything like that.
Yeah.
They just got to stay healthy, and I was blown away when I saw that today, Ronbo. I knew exactly what I was going to talk about when I called in tonight, and so I gotta keep it short tonight. And thank you, production, and I'm gonna mosey on out of here, Ronbo. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
It was worth every moment. I did, Case. That was entertainment. I loved it. Let's. I'll see you Sunday, so you don't have to whisper. All right, man. Is Casey gone? Hey, Raymond, come on in, Raymond.
Ronbo, what's up, Ronbo?
Raymond, man, we're just looking at Steve Young's conversation today, and some of the things that he's telling you Trey's going to have to go through and endure and survive in order to be a great quarterback. You've got to go through this. Welcome to the NFL. And I'm also wondering about the fact that Jimmy G's even sitting down at the end of the bench, just biding his time and waiting for the league, the 22 season in. Raymond, your feeling on Jimmy G even being in the organization, I'm collecting that because I'm trying to understand the anger that's still flowing.
No, actually, man, I was trying to talk to you, but I keep falling asleep. Because I'll be working late, but it's Friday, so I'm up with you tonight.
Right.
And no work and stuff like that. Man, when I saw the news, right, at first glance, I was like, yo, what in the hell going on? Then I started thinking about it. It's actually a good thing for the 49ers, man, because like I always say, man, the 49ers is who I love, and anybody that play for us, because the 49ers is my team. It don't matter who on the roster, as long as they got that helmet and that red and gold on, I'm rocking with them. So I started thinking about it, and it restructured contract, opened up a bunch of salary caps. So now we got Bosa money, so that's good. Remember, I always told you defense wins games, So and then we got the best of both worlds. Trey got the job, right? If he mess up, it's okay, because Jimmy messed up big time. They ain't put Trey in right away. They let Jimmy rock. So I gotta let the coach do what he's doing. This could be trade material for us to open up even more room, so we don't know what's gonna happen. But if worst comes to worst and something happened to the kid, we got a reliable backup that we can now use to hand the ball off, because everybody likes to talk about his record. I always keep saying we ran the ball 35,000 times. He won a game passing the ball 3 times. So, yes, he wins handing off. Good job. He still can throw the ball 10 yards across the middle slant, right? But come on, man. We're trying to get an explosive offense.
right? So that's a good, and he knows the system. So that's a good backup, right? And I appreciate the 49ers for opening that up for Bosa. Bosa got to get paid, right? Our defense need to be locked up. So I'm cool with it. You know, Trey, if he can't handle this smoke with thinking about getting subbed out, he shouldn't even be a quarterback. You know, he got to just play and stay strong, you know. So if he can't handle this, that's not our guy anyway, right? But I believe he can handle it.
Especially quarterback, just all he do is hand the ball off. I mean, why would that intimidate anybody?
I mean, y'all keep you. When I hear you talk about one game about the Saints, you know, I haven't seen him do that except that one game with the Saints. Good job, but
Raymond, there was more than that. Did you watch the Rams games? Did you watch the Cardinal games?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, I watched the NFC Championship game when he didn't.
No, I'm talking about regular season.
That.
Yeah.
But I watched the NFC Championship game when he didn't even call a pass play because we was running against the stacked 9-man box.
Well,
I saw that too.
He doesn't call the plays. I often wonder if Jimmy was allowed to call plays, what he would call. But that's
I bet you they won't stack that box like that against Trey. I bet you they won't do that.
Well, maybe not.
I bet you they won't do that.
I hope not.
I know they won't because he's going to throw the ball 50 yards past their head. They ain't going to do that.
To who?
So, like I said, we got the best of both worlds. You know, we got a game manager, and we got another one that could potentially be a game manager or a higher upside. You know, so I'm cool with it. You know, I'm not scared of Jimmy being the backup because we have the actual best quarterback situation in the NFL. It's all about getting our team as best as we can. So that's cool with me. I'm cool with that. You know, Jimmy is not prime enemy number one in my book. He got us out the dumps. He did good for our franchise, and you know, I respect that. But like I said, he just opened up big cap space. Both about to get paid. You know, he next up. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with everything. You know, because it's about winning over here. You know, if something happened to Trey, I can't wait till the first game, man. I'm ready for this smoke. I want to see what happens. You know, and I swear, if he make a mistake and y'all get the booing, I don't understand it.
No, wait a minute. Wait. I thought that's what we do. A quarterback make a mistake, we come down on him with the hammer.
Right, but but how didn't Jimmy play the whole season?
Hammered.
We was 3-5 or something.
Hammered.
What we was?
Got hammered every pass, everything that went wrong.
But they didn't take him out the game,
got hammered. Well, maybe not.
But they didn't take him out the game, though. You see what I'm saying? They let him play. They let him play.
Hey,
so
remember,
that's what we got to.
Trey had a bad finger then too, though, so that may have had something to do with it as well.
Right, but so we'll be all right, you know. So I'm cool with it. I like the opening of the salary cap though, because we had our future kind of jacked up, but now we might get. And then what happens if it's just trade bait? What happens if somebody get hurt and then now he's traded? You know, so it's a whole bunch of different options. So I wouldn't panic right now. I'm cool with it. I'm definitely cool with it. I'm more concerned with our defense remaining in the top 5. You know, than I am of the offense.
Yeah, and that's something that we got to be concerned about. You know, DJ Jones did a lot to stop that run. I'm waiting to see how well we stop the run because you know Javon lost some weight. I didn't know he was. I saw him the other day. Javon slimmed down. I wonder if he can still plug that hole. He looks like a good pass rushing player now. Javon does. He leaned out. Boy, it's streamlined. We'll see.
Right, and I'm excited for Bosa to get signed. You know, that's major right there.
Well, don't
opening
even,
up that space like that.
Don't even trip. You ain't no way in the hell they're not going to sign Nick Bosa. I don't know why anybody's even worried about that. But Raymond.
Well, I know they is now because they just opened up all that cap space. Go ahead, Ronbo. I don't want to hold you up.
It was never going to be a question.
I'm glad
to
talk to you. And shout out to production. Don't shoot me, guys. I love all you guys. Go Niners, man. Let's go. We gonna win. When is the game? Let's go, man. I'm ready.
Next Sunday. Yes,
sir. All right, peace.
Peace, Raymond. Have a good night. Thanks for waiting on me, too. All right.
Hey, yes, sir.
Hey, just go to Steven in Rome.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Steven, man, we're sitting looking at Steve Young is out there outlining the path that Trey is going to go down. I'm collecting tonight. And by the way, for the fan base who really I'm not saying anything, but I'm not mentioning anything other than the fact that, it's okay. I thought it was what we do. We hammer the quarterback for making mistakes. But already it's being said, if Trey comes in, he's allowed a certain amount of mistakes, and we're not going to say anything, apparently. I wasn't going to anyway. It's not my style. But I'm laughing at the fact that everybody's going to allow Trey to come in and have problems, but we didn't allow that in the past. So I'm wondering, Steve Young's already said, though, there are going to be those past boos and saying things and bring Jimmy in like they did with Trey. Play Trey Lance every time Jimmy made a pay. So we're changing all that now this year. Steve, are you expecting that to be the case? Are we all going to be quiet this year if Trey struggles?
Man, Ronbo, I'm going to be honest with you. If Trey struggles, I'm talking a lot of shit. Not just as like a hater perspective, but more or less like I told you guys, like this was not going to work because we should have just eased him in last season, you know, let him get some playing reps. But, I mean, he got injured, so I can't really speak too much heavy on it. But, I mean, like, for us to sideline Jimmy and watch Trey Lance go in the NFL without really getting some in-game reps. I mean, his only real one was the Texans, if you think about it. That was his only real game. And for him to go out there and wish for the best and hope that he does well against a killer team, I mean, really, like, or against a killer division, I should say, in general, with all those teams that we have to play, strongest in the AFC and somewhat strong in the NFC, it's going to be painful. I mean, he's going to make mistakes, and we might lose some games because he just, you know, I mean, college football hasn't played in a year, almost 3 years technically, and NFL grade athletes are 5 times as fast as college players. So I'm gonna speak my piece. You know, if Trey fumbles or, you know, fumbles the bag, I mean, and just does terrible and has a shit season, and Jimmy's got to come in and Jimmy ends up doing something spectacular and brings us back by some grace of God, then absolutely, I'm running my fucking mouth off. Same way I'm going to run my fucking mouth off if Javon Kinlaw does absolutely terrible. Oh, my God, am I going to talk so much shit. But, I mean, that's just how it is. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm fucking trolling. Yeah. I'm trolling.
This is why people are saying right now they're going to give it time. I wonder if they're serious. You know, I didn't think we had that kind of patience. There may be well, some of us, but I can't imagine all of a sudden if we're struggling offensively, then nobody's going to say anything.
I'm just going to be straight up. I'm going to be like, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. But, I mean, really, it's going to fall on the shoulders of the coaching staff. It's going to fall on the shoulders of Kyle and Lynch.
Yes, especially
and it's mainly ultimately going to fall on the shoulders of all the Jimmy haters because they push that narrative that, oh, yeah, we need to get Jimmy out. Jimmy's terrible. I mean, the man brought us to a Super Bowl. He literally brought us to the NFC Championship with, like, while he was falling apart. I mean, really, you can't really get any more, like, fucking amazing than that. I'll give him credit where it's due. Jimmy G had a fucked up shoulder, had a messed up ankle, and a busted up knee, and
don't forget
went out there and took
the thumb ligament on his throwing hand. How bad does that hurt?
Hey, I'll give credit where it's due. But I'll be honest, Ronbo, the main topic I want to really hit on is the fact that we let go of my man Michael Hasty to keep Trey Sermon for less than 12 hours.
Oh, I mean, okay, because Sermon's gone, you know.
Yeah, Sermon's gone, thank God. I think he was terrible anyways. But, I mean, for us to let go of Jermichael Hasty, to keep Sermon for less than 12 hours, and then to cut him again. And it's like, bro, what was the point of that? But, I mean, whatever, you know.
And now Hasty's over in Jacksonville. Honest, poor guy.
And that's even worse. I mean, hey.
No, I know.
Like, one power to you, bro. Have fun playing with, you know.
And we could, and you know what? If they were going to do that, they could have kept Hasty in the first place. But you know, Steven, you just opened up. That is absolutely true. You guys were going to keep Trey. You were trying to trade him. Then just, and the 49ers are always getting caught up in this. We were trying to trade Trey. The Eagles did, in fact, initiate that. Oh, well, why did you just give it to him then? Oh, and then you cut Hasty. He didn't want to play in Jacksonville. It's the only place he can find a job. It's too.
Man, isn't that like a real like shit hand dealt to him? I mean, really, like Hasty is not a bad running back. Let's be real. When we really need him to step up, he steps up. It's just, damn, like you let one player from Ohio State, a high draft pick, get priority over someone who can produce versus someone who was a high draft pick and didn't produce.
They got to stop doing that. I hope they don't draft. Steve, they don't draft a running back next year. You guys look at Jordan Mason. You didn't draft him, and he beat Sermon out. You don't need to draft a running back. Dang.
You really don't. You really don't. I mean, outside of the Texans picking up my man Dameon Pierce, I think the 49ers fumbled big time.
Or the Raiders, or even the Steelers picking up the Bay Area kid. Okay, those make sense. But don't.
Yeah.
Man, it's just. It's too late. Anyway, Steve, I always love to hear from you. We're gonna see you Sunday and see what else comes up next. All right. You and Rome.
You have a good night.
You too, fam.
Thank you.
Night, Rome. Night, guys. Well, Beham, the day is going.
Romboski.
Beham.
Tell me about it.
Beham, the day is going to come when we're not. This is the last year. We know that now that we're not going to have to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo anymore. But I was trying to, one more time, I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible from here on out, though. Trying to find out, Jimmy Garoppolo sitting at the end of the furniture with the 49ers. He's not bothering anybody down there. Trey is quarterback one. And people still want to fight about it. Steve Young talked today, earlier, and mentioned the fact that Trey's path ahead, y'all, it's going to be hell now. Just brace yourself for that, and hopefully Trey can endure that and be a better man for it. Everything he said, fans up in the stands booing and saying bad things every time he throw a pass and it's picked off, anything like that. Put Jimmy in the game. Okay, here it comes. Right? So, to be a quarterback is a hell of a thing, Beham. Is Trey going to be okay? And what is the problem with Jimmy not bothering anybody sitting on the bench?
Ronbo, listen, man. As a team, we're in the best predicament ever. The man, Trey, is the starting quarterback. Nobody have nothing to worry about. He is the starting quarterback.
So on his business card, QB1.
You feel me? QB1. I don't understand if he's that much better than Jimmy. Why are all these people scared and worried? Just let it be known.
Makes no sense.
Jimmy G is our insurance policy in case of emergency. Period. That's it. The team is Trey's, and it is his job to keep and his job to lose. You feel me?
Yes.
Right now,
there's a problem.
It's his job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of hearing about the Jimmy G thing, man. And then the best thing, Ronbo, we only got one more year with Jimmy.
Yeah.
But this is the best part. This is the best thing the best predicament we could have been in, Ronbo. Think about it. Every other backup quarterback we have had has been a bum. The other guy asked you earlier who was the other quarterback before Jimmy. It was Brian Hoyer.
Oh, yeah.
Garbage.
But
garbage.
He left before Jimmy came, though.
No, he was the quarterback. That's who was the quarterback. Remember, we went 0-9. He was the quarterback for them first 9 games.
Oh yeah. And then he got kicked to the curb for CJ, and then he ended up in New England the following morning.
Jimmy came in that year. CJ quarterback for a couple of games, and CJ and whatever. Yeah, but hey, Jimmy G, we are indebted to Jimmy G, and like I said, it's Trey team. I can't wait till next Sunday because I'm ready to see how he's gonna perform.
Hey, I can't wait.
I mean, I'm really not worried about Jimmy G being on the team right now. I'm more concerned on how the new kid on the block, how is our shiny new toy gonna do out there, And I want to just support the kid. I hope he does well, and I just hope we have a successful season. I hope we don't have a need for Jimmy. You know,
save a lot of
right
money.
now. Right now, I'm glad Jimmy restructured his contract. And
well, that's it. That dude is
Trey,
so nice. Jimmy is just
if
amazing.
Trey does have a problem, if Trey is anything what half of the fans that come on here say he is, then
we go on Super Bowl easily. Domination.
Yeah, we did already won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't even see what's all the fuss about.
I
don't see what's the fuss about.
There should be no concern about Jimmy. Trey is all that in a bag of chips. Jimmy will just be down there. He can wear his pajamas. We don't need him. He can just stand by there in case.
Yeah. Hey, he should, like you said, sit over in the corner, and when they look over there, he got a sign over here say, "I'm just here for emergencies only."
Yeah. And if something does happen, gotta wake him up because he's asleep. Jimmy.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I like where we at. I like where we at right now, Ronbo, and I believe we're gonna be fine. So this is Trey's team right now, and instead of causing all this controversy, man, we need to be getting ready to barbecue and think about what we're gonna do in week 1 and how we're gonna feel this victory.
And the parade, yes, like that thing.
Man?
Stop fighting.
Yeah,
man. Fighting for.
Yeah.
Coming to Twitter. I don't know why I go over there, but I do because I like the social media. But people just start fighting. Man, what you fighting about?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, man.
QB1 is Trey Lance.
Go ahead. Yeah, man. For now.
Yeah.
And like I say, we all hope he does well. We all hope he does the best possible job ever.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
We're 49er fans first.
But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we have a backup that if anything does go wrong, I'm glad we have a backup that I feel comfortable that
right? It's not Nick Mullins. It's not C.J. Beathard. It's Jimmy. He knows how to run the offense. BM, always a refreshing pleasure. Let me see you Sunday. Have you on the road tonight?
Yeah, I'm home, man. I'm home after the holiday.
And kick back and relax. I'll see you Sunday, fam.
All right, man. Be safe out there. I love what you do, man. And enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, BM. You know I got all the sentiments of the world right back at you. Thanks, fam.
Right. All right, homie.
Let's go check AT.
Yo, what's poppin', Ronbo?
T, man, I'm sitting back here trying to understand my family. You know, every year Thanksgiving you come in, you got 2 or 3 cousins and a couple other people in the family that you know there's gonna be some trouble because they walk in wearing their colors, man. You know, I got Raider fans in my family. I got Cowboy fans in my family. The only reason they do that is because they know I don't appreciate it. So you know, this is kind of. But there's a reason why I don't appreciate them. But I'm trying to understand why we can't actually handle Jimmy being on the bench. And some of the things that Steve Young said today, you know, it's like interesting what he said. And I was wondering if everybody was aware of that. And Steve just told the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help him, Trey Lance. Did he adjust what Steve said? He said he's coming down. He's going to come down through this. He's going to go through this. He's going to go through this. Some of the things I went through when I had to deal with my competition against Joe Montana. You know, so is he going to be able to handle it? T.
Well, okay. Well, I got a couple things to say. For one, back to like what I said the last time I called. For those who are tripping off of Jimmy still being on the team, like I said, and I'll say it again, get over it. If the team didn't want him on the team, the front office should have let him go already. Don't be mad at Jimmy. Be mad at Kyle, John, whoever.
Jet to a certain degree.
Don't be mad at him. Mm-hmm. Jet to a certain degree, yeah. Like, quit being mad at this dude. Like, bro, they should have been cut him if this was the case. That's one. And for people who feel like Trey's job or just like his confidence is going to be threatened. If y'all saying that he sucks, that Jimmy sucks, and then why do you feel like Trey's confidence should be threatened? Because y'all making it seem that he's just the best thing since sliced bread.
Right, amen. Jimmy, if he's that bad, why worry?
Yeah, why is y'all worrying about? Like, what is y'all worried about? That's just my thing. I don't get it. I just don't get it, you know?
I don't know. Once we start fighting about this kind of thing, we just don't know how to stop. Even when the fight's over, you know, that dude that instead you can't shake hands, he want to take another swing. You know, damn man, you won! You won! What are you doing? Oh,
right. Like for people who want Trey to start, he is starting. He is going to start. He's going to play. Like, what are y'all so mad about?
T, you know, there's going to be fans going nuts. So you in the stands, social media. Trey, at his young age and experience in the NFL, I really wish he would just, Kyle would say, look, Trey, can I get you to stay off social media for at least the first 4 weeks of the season? And if you got to go out publicly, I don't know that you should stay in a place where it's really crowded for a while, unless we go 4-0, and then, of course, green light. But otherwise, I want you to avoid conversation. I don't want to mess with his psyche, you know, because you know how fans are. They're vicious. And if you don't know how to protect yourself in the NFL as a player, then you're gonna fall prey to that madness, and it can affect you. You know?
Yeah, we're a pretty toxic fan base. As much as we try to pretend like we're not, we're pretty toxic.
So I'm glad Steve Young mentioned that too. Get ready. If you don't have perfect games, you're gonna get the flack.
Yeah. So just everybody chill out, get a drink some Hennessy, smoke some weed. You feel me? Enjoy your weekend.
Yes.
Until next weekend, because that's when the season starts.
Yes.
Woosah.
Yes.
Chill. Zen. All that good stuff.
It's gonna be a good time Sunday.
All that good stuff.
We just gotta win. I hope we can win before the fourth quarter too. I don't feel like being a nervous wreck for 4 quarters. You know how the 49ers find themselves in a 14-3 deficit right now as they go to the half. Oh no, please no. Especially if it's like
Ronbo, we like the chaos. Come on, man.
I know, right?
You know that.
Then we come back from behind in the fourth quarter. And the 49ers pull it off as they came up with a blast of points. Let's say 28, 28-17. Here we go. Got to do it the hard way.
Okay, question. Hey, Ronbo.
Listen.
All right. So say, for instance, we start off 1-1. Who would you rather that loss be to? Chicago or the Seahawks?
Lose to this. Oh God. Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago. And I've got a phobia about the Hawks. If we lose to them with this team we have now, it makes no sense. It hasn't made sense for the last 3 years. So I'll lose to Chicago. Man, I want to beat the Hawks so bad. Please, Lord. Otherwise, they'll continue to own us. Whatever that voodoo queen down in Louisiana is doing to us, she will continue to do it. My God, why can't we get past those people?
I feel like regardless how Trey plays against the Hawks, if we still lose, that's a problem.
Tell you.
That's just me.
Then
we can't be losing to Geno Smith, bro.
Oh, Russell Wilson's not even there. We got to deal with him the week before. Or week after.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Week after, I think, yeah. There should be no reason we should be losing to Drew Lock or Geno Smith.
See, you and I both agree. Everybody knows that. So I don't want to just beat them. I want an ass whooping on that team. Just to make it clear in everybody's mind, it's over, Hawks. The domination, the ownership, the papers you used to have, you've lost your lease. No more. That's it. Oh, got me all worked up. Why'd you have to bring that up? We gotta go though. Let me see you Sunday.
It's all good.
All right, fam.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
You too, T. Yeah, fam. Boy, I tell you what, you go see a basket case a week before that Hawks game. Well, like, what am I talking about? I got 2 weeks. We play the Hawks in week 2. Oh, my God. I wish we could warm up a little bit. I'm serious, man. Hey, who got on the phone here? Oh, T, man, it remind me. Hey, Tony, get my mind off of the Hawks.
and week 3, we got to go up to Seattle. Week 3 and play. Ronbo, I've had nightmares about Abraham Lucas.
But you guys don't have – Hawks don't own you. They own us. See, I want that to end. And just because they changed quarterbacks, whatever they did, it's still – man, damn. Oh. It's over. We got him now. Tony, I believe we got him.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Remember what I said? Yeah, but y'all got some tight defensive ends, too, because I like y'all need to get Jordan Willis some more snaps because he was a good backup defensive end in Cincinnati before he went to the Jets. He can play defensive end out of Kansas State.
We resigned
Jordan Willis, right?
Yeah, they brought him back. Yeah, he's back.
And you know I love Charles Omenihu.
Yes.
That's my dog.
We both.
Y'all got to go up against him. Ronbo, that Abraham Lucas is a dog, man. I've had nightmares about him.
They don't need it. I saw another defender on their team that kind of got my attention, too. I mean, the offensive line was one thing, but that defender that they had to actually calm him down. I said, who is that? And what the hell's wrong with him? That's all I could think, you know. Why is he? Damn. They got to calm him down on every other play. I guess, okay, I don't mind him having a wild man. You know what? I bet he won't run up with that madness against Trent Williams, so I'm okay.
I know it was rookie Boye Mafe, who I liked. He's an outside linebacker defensive out of Minnesota.
Might have been.
He's pretty good.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, not really. He's a good pass rusher, though. He's a second-round pick out of Minnesota.
See, my offensive line
I think we just took him if we hadn't got Ebiketie.
And my offensive line is not – I don't know if they're ready for prime time. I don't know. Kyle's probably got some kind of strategy in mind to alleviate some of the pressure off that offensive line. That's pretty much – and from experience that's what he likes to do. Kyle does not like third down situations to begin with. If he can do something to curb that offensive line impact, he'll do it, whether it's misdirections and things like that. Although everybody's seen us do that misdirection play a million times, I don't know if anybody's going to still – fall for it anymore.
And I've been listening to the show, Ronbo. It's I guess, I think you guys and Indianapolis are in the best quarterback situations in the National Football League with 2 good quarterbacks.
Hey.
But your fan base act like they don't know it.
They want to fight about it. Hey, who's the Indy backup? Tony?
So what did Steve Young say?
Oh, yeah. No, Young was pointing out some of the things that we should expect for Trey Lance to have to endure because he's went there, done that. And some of the things he mentioned that he's going to be available to Trey. He doesn't want to just interact with him on a daily basis, but he let him know that there's anything out there. But if there's anything you need to ask, you got the guy you need right there. Go to Jimmy Garoppolo, got to Kyle Shanahan, especially Jimmy. And get all the information you need. Be prepared for the fans. As you know, they're going to be vicious. They're going to be nasty. And this is one of the reasons why I do understand a little bit why 49er fans don't want Jimmy sitting on the bench. Because as long as he's on that bench, but you know what? If we kept Brock Purdy, Tony, I guarantee you, if Jimmy's out there struggling, Brock Purdy's name would be echoing through that stadium. That's what they do.
And one other thing you forgot to mention, I hope the young man doesn't struggle, Trey. You got to mention about the media.
Oh, that goes without saying. That's why. Oh, they can't wait.
Want that quarterback controversy.
They stir that pot. They stir that pot every year. They can't wait. And then during the press conferences, you got to watch the 49ers press conference. It's almost as if it was on cue, rehearsed. So, Coach, have you considered putting in Trey Lance? Last year, that's every year. And Kyle finally got mad and said something nasty a couple of times. But this year, it's going to be the same thing. Coach, at this point, are you considering bringing Jimmy in? Listen, this is Trey's team. And Chaz have to go through that. He'll go through that 2 or 3 times, and then he'll get mad and say something. I kind of enjoy when he does that. I hope we don't have those kind of moments, actually. But if it does happen, you know.
It's funny because the NFL Network already said something tonight talking about, in San Francisco, to start the season, they may have a quarterback controversy. I'm like, man, the season ain't even started yet. I'm talking that mess.
Setting the table. Well, Tony, we're running out of time. Always appreciate you, though, Tony. I tell you, you took my mind off the Hawks. You know, I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. We, I know with us, real quickly, with us, we put Deion Jones and a couple other of our players on IR. They're going to miss the first 4 games.
Oh, right.
Deion Jones had a shoulder procedure just like Jimmy did, and he came back and played the last preseason game. They just want him to rest up and get stronger, and the fans are losing their minds, as usual. We'll talk about that another time.
You know, we walk amongst people that there's a lot of people who need medication. That's just it.
Yeah.
Like ready to go? That's not a well, man. You and I both know that. It's obvious cases that need help. So anyway, I'll see you Sunday. All right.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, take care.
It was one of the coolest fans from another team you're ever going to meet. So anyway, fam, I'll see you Sunday. Shoot, we can start talking about next week now, can't we? You can never start talking about the first game of the season too early. If anybody sees that Chicago fan, a 49ers Ultimate Report, listen, nobody told Chicago Mike he couldn't come over here to play. Hell, all the Rams fans come in shamelessly talking trash. He wasn't bad as compared to some of these guys. So, you know, come on back. I ain't go bite him. I ain't go bark at him. I may argue a little bit, but usually it's under mildly. I want to see a Chicago fan. I wish there was more because that's the first game. I want to see them show their pride. Like every year, you know how every year we go through the first game with somebody who's just tenacious. I mean, every time we get here and talk, here he comes. What? Who's your team? Detroit? Man, Detroit. Have they done anything since the Renaissance? Herbert Hoover was president, wasn't he? Why are you talking? About what? Donnie! Oh, Donnie Burr. The pipes. Don, good luck to your season, by the way, Don. You were fun last year. I don't know why you're not here more. If we had to put up with the Rams, we should have to put up with anybody and everybody, and you're included, Don. And also, that famous Cardinal fan that makes me laugh, Sean. Sean, where are you at, man? I get the feeling that you're entertaining thoughts of doom and gloom. And by the way, Hawks fans, I want you here where I can see you for that game, even if it risks my having to cry about you in front of you and everybody else, because I've had enough of the Hawks. Enough is way past enough. If we lose the Hawks this year, I could lose my mind completely, but I want you to be here in the event that we do beat your ass. I want to be able to tell you some of the things I've been wanting to tell you for years. Come on over. Come on. Don't be like that. I miss you. Not a Hawk fan in sight. Biatches. Fam, I'll see you Sunday. And fam, thanks for the contribution tonight. And please subscribe. I want to be able to find you when we get ready to have some more fun. And hit like. Have a great night. Nighter! Wait a minute. I can't come and go out like that. Night!